Hey y'all. Hey everybody. How y'all doing? I know I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm late. It's real black of me to be late, and yet here I'm is. Late and black. Black and late. But I'm here. How y'all doing? So look, the notebook is ready. Notebook is ready. Notes are ready. We got to get through a couple things tonight. I'm gonna try not to take too long to do any of it. Um, Definitely going to get into the um the Carlos King of it all. We're gonna get into that. We're definitely going to deal with this ultimate girls trip, those notes, because they're there, and I think it's definitely worth a bit of a conversation. And a couple of other things. Y'all know we got other stuff we got to talk about too. So it's quite a few items. There's quite a few items that we got to get into. So we will. Let me start by greeting who's here. Y'all know we got our main chat. We got our vertical chat. How y'all doing? And we're going to let them run simultaneously for a little while to make sure we don't lose anybody. Jen Tree, you like my hair? Girl, my hair's struggling. Oh, it's so damaged, girl. I'm trying to bring it back. It's, pray for me. Pray for me. But thank you for the compliment. I'm working on it, girl. I'm working on it. I appreciate the encouragement. I damaged it. I got to build it back up. Lulu's little girl is in the vertical. Hey, sis. Like about 5 more people over there in the vertical. Let me greet who's over here in our main chat, and we're going to get into it. Housekeeping. Y'all know, please, if you must cuss in my chat, misspell your cuss words, please and thank you. No bickering, arguing, or disrespect of any kind is tolerated. Everybody's opinion are welcome. Don't be taking shots at nobody in my chat. We don't do that over here. We only drag the heifers on the TV screen. We do not drag each other. Let me say it again. We only drag the heifers on the TV screen. We do not, under any circumstance, drag each other. Okay? So please hit the like button. Put your like number in the chat. Don't forget your engagement button to circle with the heart emoji on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Tap it, hit any emoji you want, send up the bubbles. You know I love bubbles, I'm sensitive. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, please put FTL for first time live in the chat so we can welcome you personally and individually because we're happy to have you here. If you are new, also subscribe. Okay, subscribe because you gonna like it here. You're gonna like us. You're gonna love us, and then you're gonna want to come back. And you don't want to mess around and not get notifications or not see us again. So make sure that you subscribe. Okay. Let me holler at who up in here. Miss Lovely T. Hey boo. Thank you for being like number 1. Miss Thelma is number 3. We got my girl, Political Junkie. She back. She number 4. My good sis Magaline Lamar is like number 7. Weedy Pooh, how you doing, ma'am? She's number 11. My girl, Monique Austin is number 8. It's so good to see you. Jen Tree, you are such a delight. And she is number 12. Happy to be happy. We show happy you here. And she is number 12 as well. Linnell is 3. Sunshine, etc. is number 15. How you doing? The wonderful, the crazy, the everything DS is here. And she's 15. Running the reflection corner and running her mouth in the chat. You know. She's number 14. We got our girl Jenny Patterson in the house. Hey, girl. She number 19. Wait a minute. I done slid past Deborah Randall. Don't you ever let me slide past Deborah Randall. This my sis. You know, when Deborah's here, Housewives Talk is legal because she keep the story straight. Y'all, I have received, and I want to say thank you to everybody who made it their business to send me articles, videos, clips about Gary. Remember Angela told Kelly, Miss Proportion, you the one borrowing money from Gary, and Kelly playing dumb talking about, who is Gary? And remember Angela was like, you borrowed money from him. He's suing you, baby. He's suing you. I said, oh my God. Well, yes, honey, I've gotten so many articles, clips, and whatnot about Gary Tolliver, who loaned Kelly money for her business. 2 different sums of money for her business. and that heifer had to be sued, and they say she lost the lawsuit, and she got to pay Gary his money. And she talking about she don't know who Gary is. Good, you know who Gary is. Susan Bibbs, hey girl, hey. All right, my beautiful niece is gorgeous, Couture Bay. If y'all are not following her YouTube channel, I need you to immediately. I mean, if you're in here right now under the sound of my voice and you are not currently following Couture Bay, you have already violated. I need y'all to duck out, go follow her channel, and come back. Like now. Thank you for being like number 21, gorgeous. She is back. My baby done been all overseas, all over there in Asia. Now her back home on home soil. And she's always on YouTube. She was on YouTube overseas. So y'all make sure y'all following our beautiful young Black women content creators. Support our girls. These are our girls. Okay? Nobody protects our girls. We have to protect and support our girls. So y'all make sure y'all are following Couture Bay. We got my girl, Delicia Dismute. She's number 23. Catherine Bennett is 24. Hey, girl. Susan Bibbs, boo, you done slid to the main chat? Or were you over here and you went to the vertical? Thank you for being 24 and 25, I think. Cent 58, how you doing? Y'all, I keep seeing stuff out the corner of my eye. Has that been happening to anybody else? Or is it just me? I don't like it. Thank you for being number 26, Cent 58. Miss Sparkle is here, y'all. This is our resident Mary Kay lady. Anything you need, Mary Kay, she got it. If you need skincare, you need stuff for your eyes, your lips. You know what I'm saying? Something for your hands. They feeling like old dry leaves in the autumn and fall time. Holla at Miss Sparkle. She got everything you need, okay? Richard Wilson, Kinfolk in the house is number 27. And Richard be looking out for me too with the articles and the links. Shout out to you. We got Brooklyn Queen for you is number 27. Our girl Leah Aries is back. We miss you. We love you. And she's number 26. Hey, Belize and JB. How you doing, girl? She number 32. Yes, Monique Austin. I'm up in here black and late and black. All out of order. I'm all out of order. I'm dead wrong. Dead wrong. Belicious. Thank you for being 37, honey. Who else we got? T Monique in the house. Hey, boo. Thank you for being 41. Philly Joy. She number 44. Too Adorable is 45. I'm so happy to see the fam up in here. Stacy Brown. Now let me see who this is. Hey, Stacy Brown. How you doing? What I had set up was blocking the picture. And anytime I don't remember a name off the rip, I try to look at y'all picture because sometimes that'll help me remember. Because I try to remember everybody. How you doing? Thank you for being like number 38. Nakia Washington is 45. How you doing? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Lulu's little girl. That's my sister. You know, she could be y'all's sister later, but it's my sister. She number 47. Symmetry is 49. My favorite nephew, Sean Living Life, is 47. Okay. Well, mine natural too. It just ain't that good. My hair natural too, Leah. I just need to grow some more of it. Pauletta Jackson. Y'all, this is Pauletta's first time live. And you got my grandmama's maiden name. So in my head right now, y'all, this is my cousin Paulette. Now, we ain't no blood kin that I don't know if we are or not. But she got the right name. She's got a beautiful smile. And this is her first time hanging out with us. So I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome for the beautiful, the lovely, the illustrious Paulette Jackson. Y'all show Paulette some love in the chat, please, and thank you. Hey, Connie. How you doing, girl? Hit the like button. Sakai, thank you for being 53. Y'all come on in, get comfortable. That's my DT. DT is also here to run that reflection corner. Between DT and DS, they about to act D-fool up in here. And y'all probably gonna join them. Susan, you in both chats. Okay. Yeah, child, we got to get through a lot of stuff. You just subscribed to Couture Bay? Okay. Thank y'all for supporting my niece. Thank you very much. She ain't just pretty, she talented. She's intelligent. Mm-hmm. Charismatic, very charming. Mm-hmm. Very beguiling. That's right. Blessed woman of God. Thank you for being 58. All right, all right. So yeah, we're gonna jump on in this thing. We're gonna start this thing off right. Hey CC, thank you for being number 60. Gigi, hey boo. Number 70. Girl, ain't nothing like a 70s, baby. Vintage, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, all right. I see the welcomes in the chat. I don't want to miss nobody. Gorgeous is telling y'all thank you so much, and she appreciates your support. Baby, it's our pleasure to support you. It's our pleasure. And we need to normalize letting our young women know that they should feel comfortable expecting support from us. They should expect support from us. Because at the end of the day, if ain't nobody got their back, the mamas and the aunties and the big mamas, we supposed to have their back. Hey, JD Rod, thank you for being 64. That's right. We supposed to have their back. When they can't trust nobody else, these girls should be able to run to us, and we supposed to have them. Okay? Now, we ain't perfect. You know, some of us a little rough. But they should be able to trust that if they can make it to an auntie, a mama, or a big mama, that they got all the support they can handle. Okay? Vintage, thank you for being 61. You've been seeing stuff out the corner of your eye too? Oh, wow. Man, something going on with that. I don't like it. It's making me super uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable. Not digging it. Golden Light, thank you for being 67. Gigi, thank you for being 50. Kimberly, is that Kimberly Williams? Hey, Kimberly. How you doing? Isn't that smile gorgeous? Mm-hmm. So listen, y'all, I'm about to end the vertical. If you're over here and I end it, the icon for the channel is going to have a red ring and it'll tell you I'm still live. If you tap it, it will bring you to the main chat. If you over here, don't you move because you already in the right place, okay? Now let's get into it. Mm-hmm. That's my sis, Shashi. It has been a while, girl. We miss you. I ain't seen you in Discord or nothing. Thank you for being like number 67. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take care of our girls because people don't, folks act like they don't love our girls. And that's fine. They don't have to love them. We love them. They ain't got to love them. We love them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We love them. You better know that. And hopefully they know to leave our gals alone because we love our girls. That's right. Oh, thank you. Isn't it sweet when we get to just love on each other? I love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. We clown and cut up a little bit, but ain't nothing like being able to really enjoy your sisters, even when you're just sitting up gossiping and playing around. Gigi say them spirits you see, you have to call them out and tell them to leave. They here to distract with unwanted thoughts. I don't know what it is. I can tell you I don't care for it. So now look, real quick before we jump into this thing, moderators, I need y'all to keep a check on the likes. I don't really want to stop to do a Turkish lesson. You do know that I will, but I really don't care to do so tonight. Also, get your likes, put the likes in the chat. Mods, give me a like count in the chat. Make sure I got bubbles. Anytime I stop and go look, I want to see bubbles rolling across my screen. All the likes looking pretty good. Thank y'all for treating me so good tonight. Thank you. T. Monique, thank you for being 54. Your cousin claimed when I see things at the corner of my eyes related to menopause, not sure if that's true. Yeah, no, because it used to happen every now and then, way before I even got the menopause. I'm definitely in there now. But it's been real frequent lately. And I was talking to a couple of other folks that was saying it was happening to them frequently lately too. And I'm like, don't start that. Don't start that. I will get my Bible in my blessed oil. It'll get lit around here. Monique say Shamia said if she would leave the show because the other girls really need their money. I seen her. She need to say that stuff to them instead of getting behind, the microphone at the radio station or getting in the confessional or having a meeting with the rest of the miserable crew. Just say it to the people you got a problem with, honey. Pop it. If you're going to pop it, pop it. The only person she can call broke that, ain't kicking it with her is Drew. Just being me. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to pop it, Shamia, pop it. Just make sure you popping it to the appropriate parties. Because ain't nobody over on the other couch broke but Drew. Now, mind you, let me say this before we get into. I feel like somebody should have been flexed on Drew. If we being real. I mean, can we talk about it? Instead of K. Michelle sitting up, pouting because Drew told her, you don't belong, you don't fit in. K. Michelle should have popped it on her. Girl, my wallet do, my bank account do, my credit score do, my Wikipedia page do. Like, if you're going to pop it, pop it. Somebody should have been popped it on Drew. Like, in all honesty, legit popped it on her. Not make up no fake beef and claim the girl doing stuff she didn't do to make up a fight that don't exist. You tell me I don't belong and you sitting over here needing to borrow $40 from me. Oh no, darling. We're gonna go ahead and wrap you up. We just gonna call you Tutankhamun. We finna wrap you up like a mummy. Cause Tourbe say K. Michelle was weak. Baby, soft as hospital cotton. Soft as hospital cotton. Gigi say Carlos had some words after K. Michelle threw him under the bus. He was pressed, but addressed everyone, not direct to K. Michelle. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I heard. Uh-huh. Yeah. See, now DS talking about my neck belong here is what K. Michelle should have said. That's tough. That's a little tough. Good night, Irene, honey. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna have to share the screen. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but we're gonna have to share the screen, y'all. We may as well just go and jump head first into it. Yep, you see the reflection corner coming. I'm glad you could feel the air from the reflection corner getting real close to the sole of your feet, because y'all be acting up in here, and I'm here for all of it. I'm still sending you to jail, but I'm here for it. Sinclair Baptiste, thank you for being like number 80. Y'all, come on. Y'all rolling in. Welcome tonight. Hit the like button, okay? All right. Let me make sure we got everything that we need. Hold on. Because I got to share the screen. Wait. Yeah, Couture Bay, they can't stay out the reflection cone over here. They act up over here. They act up. And then they end up in jail until somebody bond them out. They end up in the clink until somebody bonds them out. Kimberly say, I must ask, did y'all see Pinky get her hair dyed while getting ready? Yes, I did. And girl, and I talked about it. As much as she tried to throw, her little weird, toxic, microaggressive, anti-Black American comments at the ladies for their aesthetic, while you getting ready for the reunion, you dousing your hair in bleach. Pray tell, what's the difference? They didn't want to wear their actual hair due to heat damage, styling, versatility, length, volume, whatever. You didn't wear your natural hair color because you didn't want to. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but Pinky's a big old hypocrite. It's not even that she makes the comments because, oh, you're not natural, baby. Neither are you. Because you're not Melanesian. You not born with blonde hair. I'm just saying. Michelle Gray, thank you for being 82. All right, 82. All right, so 20 more people. Come shake my hand. Hit the like button. Sean say, What they got to eat in the reflection corner? I feel like I might stroll by. I think somebody might have put some hot wings over there, some red Kool-Aid, some grape and some red, some sliders, Hawaiian rolls. There's some stuff over there. Okay, my sweet. Thank you for being 81. A lot of y'all have been asking how K Michelle got the first seat. I think that's a fair question. I feel like maybe Andy is trying to make fetch happen. Maybe he feels like K Michelle will give us a better season the next season, because she definitely didn't give us one this season. She surely didn't. But I think maybe that's his way of telling us that, yes, she was horrible, but I'm keeping her. Okay. Philly Joyce says she bailing DS out of jail. That's right. Bond your sister out. Bond your sister out. That's right. I don't know about no fountain, but I know she had a head full of bleach. A head full. Gigi said, I never seen a pregnant person get perms and dies pregnant. That's dangerous. People do it all the time. All the time. That's not new at all. At all. Texas Passion, thank you for being 84. You too is Tish. Makeup Addict. That's what's up. Y'all come on through. Hold on. I gotta that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to our Melanesian cousins. Shout out to our Melanesian cousins. Listen, I show love to all our kin folks all the way over there. Because I've been saying for the longest, they seem like they more related to us, they more cool with us than anybody else on the planet. Shout out to y'all. I'm talking about to Fiji, to New Zealand, to our kin people over there in West Papua New Guinea. Shout out to our Marian Islanders, like all our folks over there in the Torres Strait. Nothing but love for y'all. Nothing. Micronesia. All y'all. We love y'all. Shout out to everybody. Mode and Beauty. Hey, girl. Thank you for being 86. Thank you. Lord, Couture Bay say, let her free. Why they don't know how to act, Couture Bay? That's the why. Why don't they know how to act? Miss Nisa, thank you for being 92. Yes, child. I had said earlier, I got a bunch of clips, articles. Everybody let me know about Gary Tolliver that Kelly borrowed that money from and didn't pay back, and he sued her, and they saying that she lost the case. DS, go back to jail. See, this is why. This is why, Couture Bay, we can't just turn DS loose. She said K Michelle got the first seat. In case she busts a leak, it won't go all over the floor. Yep, Panky is pregnant. All right. Listen, y'all, when y'all come in the door, hit the like button. Tell me hello when you walk in my house. That's how you tell me, hey. Hey, Danya. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Don't worry, DT coming to jail right along with you. K Michelle got first seat because she caused the river on the couch. Damaris, thank you for being 95. So yeah, let's get into it. Hold on, y'all, real quick. I need to take care of something. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the screen. We're gonna share. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, so we're gonna start with Gary. Y'all. I can't believe we got to start with Gary, but we're gonna start with Gary. Hey, Party Capricorn. Hey, Bria Africana. Hey, boo. Thank you for being number 96 with your pretty smile. Welcome, girl. Hey, Anna. Man, what y'all got going on in this chat? Y'all off the chain. Hey, Aries son, thank you for being 99. Okay. Now Tanya is talking about the darn fixer flat. I ain't messing with you. I am messing with you, but I ain't messing with you. So let's take a look at this thing. Okay, this was put up, people immediately when it found out who Gary was. It was not just me being nosy. Apparently, everybody was nosy. What's your meal line about now? I'm all in y'all conversation in the chat. Let me get out y'all business. Welcome, everybody. Y'all, as you come in, hit the like button, put your like number in the chat. Use your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. Send up your bubbles. If you're new, please let us know by saying FTL for first time live so we can welcome you. And then, like that. So look, let me try to make this as big as possible so we can go on and settle this right away. It's kind of crazy. It's a little crazy. Uh-oh. Is that my girl Southern Ivy? Did my eye spy Southern Ivy? It sure did. Hey girl, thank you for being 103. Work schedule, girl. I know how it is. I know how it is. Party Capricorn being messy, about to go to jail, talking about his vegan diet. She good. You need to stop. You need to stop. I ain't studying you. Okay, so look. Hey, Lady Rowe. So look, let's get into it. Google say Gary's suing for $263,000. That's what Google said. Okay. Well, this is what this person put online. This looks like a clear picture, so I'm gonna just, read what's here. Gary Tolliver is the plaintiff suing Kelly Potter Farrell. It says the above style case appeared in the court August 7th of 2026. Bench trial calendar. At the call at the call of the case, only plaintiff appeared. So Kelly didn't even show up. So that's why she lost. He testified to the contract details and remaining outstanding amount due. Accordingly, the court found in favor of the plaintiff and hereby enters the order for judgment in the amount of $63,085 for the principal, $20,614 for pre-judgment interest, court costs, and post-judgment interest as provided by law. So we didn't get that amount. The plaintiff's non-contractual claims are hereby dismissed. So I guess with anything he asked for that was not part of the contract was dismissed. But them dollar amounts that I read, in addition to the post-judgment interest, the interest that accrued after judgment, and the legal fees that and court costs, we didn't get that part. We didn't get that part. It was awarded, but every other thing that he asked for, I guess he may have asked for up to $200 and some odd $1,000. But everything he asked for that was not a part of the contract, according to this paper from the courthouse, from Fulton County Court, from the clerk of court, according to the actual court papers, that part has indeed been dismissed. Shout out to Reality Discount for giving us a nice, clean copy of the document to read. Now let's go ahead and at least read this lady's caption, because she did so nice posting it here. She said, "Kelly, you sure you don't know Gary?" During part one of the reunion, during part one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, Angela brought up Gary while discussing money with Kelly Potter Farrell, and Kelly appeared to question who Gary was. Well, I actually reported on Gary's lawsuit against Kelly back in January. Now there's a major update. According to the corrected final verdict and judgment dated August 10th of 2026, the case was on the court's August 7th bench trial calendar. The order states that only Gary appeared, where he testified about the contract and outstanding amount. The judge ruled in Gary's favor, ordering Kelly to pay $63,085, which we read, $20,614, which we read, plus court costs and post-judgment interest. Now Gary did not receive the full $263,085 he requested in his amended complaint. The judge dismissed his non-contractual claims, meaning the additional claims for things like fraud, emotional distress, punitive damages, and other damages were not awarded. So when Angela mentioned Gary at the reunion, yeah, that Gary. And now there's a judgment in his favor. Are teeth refundable, child, is what she asked. And I think that's a fair question. Shout out to Miss Reality T. Recap. Shout out to you. Okay. So yeah, we're going to stop sharing that. But we went ahead and got on into it. I don't want to hear nothing about who is Gary. Angela pulled that out of nowhere. Angela made that up. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And neither did Gary Tolliver, according to Fulton County courts. Okay. You absolutely know who Gary is. You know you owe Gary that money. And you know you ain't paid Gary that money. Not y'all in here talking about people's throats. Monique and Aries' son. Hey, DS, come get both of them. Both of them. These two sisters right here. These two that don't know how to act, come get both of them. Straight to the corner. 23.5 second violations on both of them. Tanya S. say Kelly's a liar, just like Shamia. That's why they like each other. I don't believe that she was only living with her for no 2 weeks either. I don't either. Because when we was on the show, that ain't what she said. She said that she was so grateful because now she don't have to rush and she can take her time and find what she want to find. Now she talking like, oh, I already had a place. I just needed somewhere to stay till the house got ready. I'll lie backwards and forwards. That's what she do. But you know, I pay attention to what people say. Deborah say, I do think she's going to try to file bankruptcy. I hope she doesn't get into tax issues as well. Well, you can ask the people who got judgments against them. A lot of times bankruptcy can help you, but sometimes it just might not. Sometimes it just might not, okay? Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's why it's best not to put yourself in certain situations. Gary gonna garnish that Bravo check. Yeah, as he should. You know, somebody borrow your money like that, just collect the money. I got a super chat. Oh, thank you, DT. Oh, it's from you, DT. This is my first support of the whole night. For Kelly. Oh, woo! I didn't see what you said. DT, you so bad. Thank you for supporting the channel. I ain't taking none of my kisses back, but why would you say that? Hey, DS, take DT to jail with you too. Don't leave DT out. No, Lord, don't do that. Don't do that. Part of Capricorn said that'll be her storyline next season. Probably. She need to have something other than following Porsha around screaming and squawking like some kind of strange bird, hollering by the Africans. I need her to have a storyline better than, you know, Africans, Nigerians. I need her to have something other than that. I need her to have something other than that. It's got to be something other than that. You know, I'm tired of hearing about bankruptcy due to Pinky Cole, but I can promise you, I would rather hear her quietly talk about bankruptcy with a bra on than for her to keep squawking like some kind of deranged parakeet. DV, thank you for being 119. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Pink Pilates Princess, they wild in here today. They wild. I don't know what to do with them. I'm just saying they off the chain. Damaris said, I was shocked to hear Kelly actually paid to have them breasts. Baby, I'd have paid to get them took away. She did that to herself, knowing her back kind of naturally wide, you know, walking around looking like a Valentine's Day heart. Or like she'll hit a mean spin and tear up the whole house. Look at him. That gives spin that ish a whole nother meaning. I'm talking about a whole nother meaning. So now I got to pull up some more stuff. Hold on. I meant to mute. I meant to mute. I did. I was pulling up something. I meant to. My bad, y'all. My bad. We about to share the screen so we can listen to what Carlos King had to say real quick. Real quick. Here we go.
Kelly's defense, you don't have to answer my question. What I want to say for the record is, in Porsha's defense, just like in Shamia's defense, like in Kelly's defense, you don't have to answer my question. But I don't owe anybody except my audience the right to ask a question based on what has been happening on the show and based on what you guys say on social media and based on what you tweet. That's my job, right? Now, what I will say is, and what I...
Hold on, that ain't the best clip. I can find a better one. Party Capricorn said he was cussing last night. I mean, Damaris, I'm not a Carlos King fan. I don't care for him because I feel like he's absolutely does not protect or show any type of real, genuine love to Black women. But he had every right to have something to say. He did, because K. Michelle tried it. She tried it. And y'all know K tried it. Y'all know that. Hold on. It's got to be, because I just want the clip. Like, I don't want to watch the whole show. I could never see me watching the whole show. Hold on. I just want a better clip. Like, I don't want the whole show. I just want a clip. I don't want to, be all up in the mix, but something. Nobody had a better clip. Like, that was the best clip I found. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. What y'all saying in the chat? Dustin gave that look every time Carlos be full of crap. Dustin be full of crap. He do. I heard that man sit up there and try to explain about people being unfair to Shamia because they catch her lying. He be full of crap too. All of them be full of crap, honey. All of them together. I got what I need. I got what I need. I got just what I need. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play his little clip and let him have his say. And I'm gonna say what I got to say about it. I don't feel like nobody led nobody into nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say what I want to say up front before we even play him. I don't think Carlos led Porsha into a cotton picking thing. I don't think you can. I think the issue that K. Michelle is having is that once you say something, people can talk about what you said. Can't nobody ask a question based on what you said unless you said it. You get what I'm saying? All they can do is say, hey, when she said this, what you thought about it. They can't just pull it out of thin air. These are the things that K. Michelle said. These are things you open your mouth and said. You know, you were being weird about Porsha, and it really didn't make no sense. Like, there's other people on the show, other people present who had issues with Porsha, who could have had more things to say, and it actually would have made more sense. But it just didn't make sense coming from K. Michelle. You just basically meeting this lady. We see her being nice to you. And then you doing interviews, like you going on the interview circuit saying all kind of slick, weird stuff. And it's like, if the girl is in an interview, somebody gonna ask her about the comments that you made. Simple as that. Monique Austin said, once you say it on video, you can't take it back. You cannot. There's no coming back from what came out of your mouth. Like, it legit came out of your mouth, K. Michelle. I don't know what else you want anybody to do. But let me share this screen so we can get his little piece, and then we moving on. Because, you know, this all I got for this is a quick little 1-2. A quick little 1-2 is all I got for this. Y'all hit the like button and run me up. Mods, what's my like?
As our white counterparts, we get labeled the messy definition more than our white counterparts do.
Yep.
And that to me is something that I do want people to understand. We have to get rid of that, right? We have to get rid of it, because that shouldn't, in my opinion, all of what I do on my interviews is a privilege, because I'm giving y'all shows the eyeballs that it needs. There's this erasure of Black reality shows. So you should see that someone even wants to interview you guys. Because when y'all interview other people, when y'all interview the white publications and the talk shows, no one cares. It doesn't go viral. I don't care how big they are. It doesn't go viral. No one gives a shit, right? So when you have someone like even the four of us every Monday taking time out of our evenings to comment on the show, yes, you could be pissed that you disagree with us, but God forbid we stop talking about these shows. And then you get mad when the shows get canceled, like Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, etc., etc., etc. When it comes to reality stars, I will say this: I, Carlos King, don't lead nobody to do anything, and I never have. When I asked Kelly about Shamia and K. Michelle, she said, "I'm not talking about it." I moved on. When Porsha said, "I'm not talking about Shamia," I moved on. Secondly, these reality stars, when they sit on my couch, let's have a real conversation, they're ready to come for you. I don't have to lead a woman to do any motherfucking thing.
And so yeah, he was making it very clear, like, don't be trying to accuse him like somehow now you're a victim of Carlos King because he asked the question about what you actually let come out of your mouth on camera and the whole world saw.
They come in prepared to read y'all. I don't have to lead shit. And that's again, that's not about K. Michelle. It's just in general. I don't have to lead anybody to do anything. All these girls come on my show knowing it's gonna get the eyeballs they need, it's gonna go viral, and they're ready to say what they have to say. But last but not least, what I will end by saying is, don't worry about who's leading the questions, because some of you reality stars allow y'all fans to lead y'all down the wrong road, having y'all go against people who actually have y'all back in real life. It's not about K. Michelle, so do not make this about her.
So y'all heard it. Y'all heard what he got to say, right? Y'all heard what he had to say. Now, what I'm going to say is this. While he's absolutely correct that anything they don't want to talk about, they don't. You can't make them talk about nothing. That's absolutely true. I don't think he led Porsha into nothing. He asked about something that you said, K. Michelle, in front of a camera and a microphone. And, you know, she had something to say about it because what you had to say was pretty nasty. So she felt a way about it enough that she said something. And like he said, they come in ready to read y'all. Ain't nobody got to convince them to read y'all. Y'all be doing all kind of wild stuff to each other on these shows and then on social media. So by the time anybody asks a question about it, all they got to do is push a button and they ready to go. All that part, yes. The part that I don't like, oh, you know, the white publications and this and that. Of course, it's not going to get the same traction because, let's be honest, it's not just because it's you, it's because we are the culture. Okay? We the culture. And it really ain't no way to get around that. I don't know a way to dress that up. To be honest, I don't care for a way to dress it up. We are the culture. So if we're the ones that entertain you, and then one of us is interviewing the people who entertain you, we the culture, of course. That's what moves the needle. People imitating us or trying to copy slang that we use or something like that, it's never gonna hit the same. And that's it. That's all. Right? Yes, they be ready to go. He was being nice. He was definitely being nice. But he was also being full of crap with the white publications and don't nobody say nothing, this and that. Just because somebody asks you or addresses you or tries to blame you for something you didn't do, I feel like the go-to should not be mention a white publication or when the white people do it. That gets on my nerves. We are not defined by what the white people do. You either did something or you didn't. If somebody accused you of doing something you didn't do, the answer is I absolutely did not do that. He could have gave us that and been done. And then trying to act like, oh, you know, you so supportive, like, Carlos, please cut the crap. You have been an enemy to black women for a very long time, honey. You proved that way before now. Way before now. Hell, you proved that before you brought Erica Mena on to try to give her a sweetheart package so she can explain away calling a black woman a monkey. So we know that you're not for black women like that. We know. But in this case, I feel like you are innocent. You innocent in this case. Kimberly Day, thank you for the super chat. This is my second support of the whole day. Eliza, thanks you. My other emotional support friend, Catalina, she thanks you. And my new emotional support friend, Jacqueline, the Jackalope, thanks you. Say hi, Jacqueline. I got all my little friends. Thank you, Kimberly Day. Thank you for being like number 136. Okay? But yeah, like it definitely be on some gorilla pimp type stuff. Like for real, for real. He's not quite as nasty as Andy Cohen, but I think he's more slick with it. And black bloggers will call out P on Atlanta, but not Dolores on New Jersey. Very true. But a lot of times I think it's a matter of we call out our own people. It's just like when ignorant people say black on black crime. Of course, crime happens within ethnic groups because that's who you're around. Nobody's screaming white on white, Asian on Asian. You know, it's just one of those things, right? But yeah, that's what had happened. No, you didn't say that Jacqueline the Jackalope looked like Kelly. No, Jacqueline the Jackalope is adorable. Look at her. Ain't she cute? Just look at her. Y'all, she's so cute. She's adorable. That's my friend. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like some of the stuff we can point out and you know it's a real thing, and then other stuff like you know we be creating issues that ain't an issue when it comes to certain stuff. I called it. No, you didn't say Kelly or Jason. Jacqueline, the jackalope, is absolutely adorable. She's my friend, but they're not on our radar like that. We're gonna always be more critical of our own people, just like they gonna use, you know, sometimes they can be more critical of their people. Like that's just a normal thing. Reasons being, yep, Kelly the Hobbit. That's what y'all say. I don't call that lady no Hobbit. Y'all call her that. Hey, Brittany Janae. I think the thing that we have to my sweet Jacqueline does not look like Kelly. Jacqueline, come here, girl. I'm so sorry they doing that to you. I gave her a kiss because y'all hurt her feelings. I think that within any cultural group, right? Not they taller than Kelly. Oh man, y'all done started. So look, within any cultural group, if we're gonna be very fair and very honest, and I'm gonna get to the notes on the girls' trip, and then we're gonna revisit a couple of them conversations, right? Hey, Chandela, you can be more critical of the person from your own ethnic group because you belong to that culture and you know what's culturally acceptable and expected from people from your own cultural group. It's just the truth, which is why we run into so much stuff under the label of Black, because Black Americans have been forced, or I won't say have been, people continue to try to force us into flat Blackness with people who are not a part of our culture because their skin tone is adjacent or close enough, right? Skin tone don't make a cultural group. It's kind of like if you got a group of people who are from mainland China, they can critique a girl from mainland China because they know what's expected. They know what's culturally acceptable. They know what the cultural mores are. I just had a lengthy conversation with my good sis from Nigeria just yesterday. And we had a conversation where she was talking about the fact that culturally she didn't get until the discourse happened online about why Shamir should try to, you know, we shouldn't be trying to get around that woman's child without her permission. And she's like, well, you know, I never thought about, like, if the moms don't get along, then, you know, you don't need to be trying to go around that woman's child. I'm like, yeah, over here, that's a no-no. Like, we will beat you half to death, girl. You can't. You know, we fall out. Don't you go bother my children. Don't say nothing to my children. Don't let me catch you, hand them a sandwich, a cup of water, nothing. We not friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's only natural. Like I say, we run into issues because people try to use flat Blackness to erase our culture and then turn around and pretend we don't have one, because and then they try to apply their cultural mores and expectations onto us. But other people don't have that. Other people don't have that. So you end up with sometimes our own people being critical because we like, you know, we Black, you know, we don't do that. Put a 1 in the chat if you have ever seen somebody do something that you felt like was very un-Negro. And you was like, now, you know, good and well, Black folks don't do that. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard it or you ever said it. Because we're going to go on and smother this now. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever said, we Black and you know we don't do that, in the chat. Be honest. Let me put my 1 in the chat. I done said it plenty times. Okay, we used to be able to watch the news, and the minute you heard what the crime was, we was like, no, I know that ain't no Black people stuff. I see the ones. I see my honest people keeping it real and funky up in here. That's why that happens. That's why when somebody does something that we use words like, oh, that's off code. That's what that is. We say code because, you know, we got a little flavor with how we talk. But when we're saying something is on code or off code, we're simply saying that it's either culturally accepted or it's culturally inappropriate. That's what goes on. And I think sometimes because we put so much flavor and so much sauce in how we talk that people do not understand we have a legitimate culture. We have things that are legitimately culturally accepted, and expected, and we have things that are genuinely culturally inappropriate. So yes, we do watch really, really, really hard, and we are hypercritical because this is a culture we know like the back of our hands. That's a normal thing. You can't expect them to watch New Jersey and go after Teresa or Dolores or, whoever, and with the same level of scrutiny. They're not a part of those people's cultural group. They don't really know what's expected. We're just looking at it with a regular human lens. That's it. Like I said, if a girl's from mainland China and the people in mainland China are watching her and maybe they're watching her wedding or something, all we gonna say is, oh, that's a pretty dress. Go on, little girl from China. You better do your thing, girl. That's all we thinking. The people who know the culture, they're going to be a lot more critical. They're gonna say, she's not walking right. Her cheongsam is not right. Why is she doing this? She's supposed to be serving her mother-in-law tea. She's not doing it right. They're going to be more critical because that's their culture. So just like we can understand other people being hypercritical of their own culture, sometimes, y'all, we got to cut each other some slack for being normal people with the culture, being human. Everybody else is allowed. So are we. So are we. And can it get annoying? Yes, it can. For the record, it can get very, very, very annoying, but it's real. That's just the truth. Miss Niecy say you right. For example, the DC sniper, it shook everybody. Sure did, because we was all thinking, now I know that ain't no black person, and we all got surprised and disappointed together as a group. Monique said, that's true. Anybody that don't mess with my mother don't mess with us. Right. But my good sis was like, yeah, until this happened and I started watching how, people, Black Americans were responding to different things. She said, legit, I didn't know, and I would have never thought about it even that way. And I said, yeah, because, culturally, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. All the way a no-no. Simple, right? So let's talk about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Y'all want to talk about it? We can talk about it. So I'm going to sit Eliza to the side. Sit over here, girl. That's my friend. So look, the first episode came out. We got to see Nene for a little bit, and that's cool. Apparently, we're going to get to see her again when they come back to Atlanta. Now, I'm not going to do Ultimate Girls Trip the way I normally do RHOA, because for a couple of reasons, right? I don't really know the dynamics of them women like that. That's one. Number two, I'm covering this because y'all want me to cover it. Number three, it just, so far, maybe it'll pick up more, but so far it just wasn't that much action. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It had some moments, but it started off really, really slow before it picked up. Belisha said it was a snore. She got bored after Nene's part. She only made 30 minutes in. Well, I watched the whole thing. I watched it from credits to credits, opening credits, closing credits. So what had happened was, right, we all know that Lenithia Monique Leak showed up at Porsha's house, and they, to help her pack, and they laughed and kikied. Porsha talked about her, being in love weight, her happy weight, and said she got to pull it off. Child, I'm not even here to talk about. Shamia makes my stomach turn. I'm just gonna be real. I can't stand people who try to be manipulative and devious, and you're not smart at the same time. I feel like if you're gonna be working for the devil, at least be intelligent. Now that's all I got. But so she helped her go ahead and get her things ready, and they sat there talking and all of that. Porsha made comments about, the last time they seen Nene was at season 12 when she shut the laptop. And so while they was getting ready, they kind of talked about some of the other ladies that were going to be on Ultimate Girls Trip. She asked Nene about Vicki. She said she loud, but she cool. And later on in the episode, I'm like, Nene, you sure she cool, girl? Or do you mean she used to be cool or something? But yeah, she said she loud, but she cool. They asked about the other ladies or whatever, didn't really have anything interesting to say, but I thought that was super interesting considering how Vicki ended up acting later, which was a little crazy. Say they got stops in OC, Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Miami, and New York. Which is interesting because I think one of the ladies, the kind of strange looking chick, I don't know, I think her name's Lisa. Isn't she from Salt Lake City or is she from Miami? Is she from? I don't know where she's from because I don't watch Miami or Salt Lake City. I've never watched one episode. Those ladies were not interesting to me in the least, not even remotely interesting. So I don't know where that lady was from, to be honest. Okay, hey Rochelle, thank you for being 147. Say Vicki ain't never been cool. Well, you know, there you go, right? So anyway, she said that that's when we find out that Nene's gonna be back when they hit Atlanta and call Nene the iconic housewife. So she's from Salt Lake City, but they don't have a stop in Salt Lake. They going to Miami. I think that is hilarious. To me, that girl didn't fit the cast. Why are you even there? If this is Roaring 20s, you celebrating 20 years of Housewives, why do we not have housewives that are part of franchises that's been there for 20 years? Salt Lake City, you just got there 20 minutes ago. How is a franchise that's been there for 20 minutes having representation on the 20-year celebration of Housewives? In my opinion, from the rip, it didn't make no sense to me. I thought that's where they were saying that girl was from, but I was very confused and it made no sense, right? And then he was like, well, you know, them Beverly Hills girls gonna be there. You better get your furs, your gowns, because they got good clothes. So you bring out your good clothes. They, joked about the way they got the airport stuff. Vicki got there talking about the first episode was March of 2006, 20 years ago. The producer told her, mentioned that Vicki's coming back. She got her orange back. Vicki's sitting there like, I don't know why they fired me in the first place. I'm pretty relevant. Again, later on in the episode, I'm like, maybe I kind of see why they could have fired you. Girl, you seem a little crazy. Right? But that's what she said. She said she don't know why they fired her. Kyle says she's the longest running consecutive housewife. Porsha says she's peak housewife. Luann say she started married, got divorced, got married, got divorced, and went to jail, which is all true. And told the ladies, graciously that they don't have to call her countess. I guess she was doing them a favor. Adrienne Marie, thank you for being 151. And Giselle says she was honored and humbled to be there, but they chose the best person. I don't know if y'all saw it, but in the blogs, Karen Huger said that they approached her, but she declined because of her sobriety. I guess Karen felt like it wasn't no good idea to be out there on the road and be tempted to take a drink, because Karen would have took the drink and God only knows what would have happened. Okay. Teresa said Chat GPT said she was the most iconic housewife. And then the Lisa girl was like, what could be better? And these girls are legends. They are, but why are you here? Was my question. We find out that Vicki is hosting them on some kind of boat outing and then taking them to a restaurant, right? Because they out there in Orange County. Tanya S, behave, girl. But yeah, so then she said she had first off, she had gifts for them, right? So she passed out snore machines. And I said, oh, okay, these clear women are a little different. So I'm like, snore machines. Well, then they played clips and she said, when she was going out with the girls, if something got, if she got bored, she would just go to sleep, right? So I'm like, okay. So she gave them snore machines, and apparently if they get bored, they supposed to hit the button and let the snoring come through to let people know they bored. And I'm sitting here like, you asking for trouble, because if you think you entertaining them and they bored and they hit the button, then you're going to be mad because they hit the snore button that you gave them. Kimberly Williams say, not Karen would have taken the drink. Girl, the Grand Dame would have took the drink. And then all hell would have broke loose up in there. Y'all know Karen would take the drink. Put a 1 in the chat if you know Karen would have took the drink. Okay. Put a 2 if I'm wrong. And I will apologize immediately. Yeah, Karen need to stay at home. She say Vicki is the snore. Then she said she has some other gifts for him. Why this fool pull out clipboards with insurance applications to tell them to fill out an application for life insurance? I was like, oh, hell no. This what y'all clear women do over here in OC? No wonder I don't watch y'all. I knew that wasn't for me. And y'all keep telling me, oh, Beverly Hills, oh, this, that. I'm not watching that stuff. Not in they passing out insurance applications. What make you think these women ain't got no life insurance? I was not done with that. I'm like, not life insurance clipboards, honey. And they looked at her like she had a bird on her head too. A whole bird. Hey, Sincere. Okay. But what's funny, get past that. Luann was like, you know, I was thinking I was gonna get a lay. I'm looking at Luann like, Luann, this ain't Hawaii, girl. Why would she give you a lay? But then the Lisa girl, the little strange one from Salt Lake, she was just like, I'm just meeting her. Porsha up there playing with the snore machine, talking about how you shut it off. And Vicki act like she was already irritated that Porsha playing with the thing. But why would you give these people toys to play with that make noise when you know you don't want nobody playing and making noise? Yep, Karen did the right thing. Karen did the right thing. Hey, Creepy. Mm-hmm. I mean, she told y'all she an addict. What y'all want the woman to say? She's an addict. Karen then told y'all she's an addict. She told you. Y'all want her to itemize the things she's addicted to? She told you she's an addict. Makeup addict say Beverly Hills was only worth watching when Garcelle came on. You ain't missing nothing. I wasn't watching it with Garcelle. I wasn't finna watch that. I don't, you know, I'm not invested in her enough to want to see her on the screen. Something about her don't rub me right either. Y'all know I don't like nobody. Y'all know I don't like none of the housewives. So you know, y'all then y'all would have been mad at me because y'all would have been pulling for her because she was the only black lady on the show. And I'm saying black, you know, because and I would have probably had 100 problems with her and everybody else. So it just ain't worth it. So anyway, get to the rooms. We find out Luann and Giselle is roomies. Later on, we find out Porsha and Kyle is roomies. Look like their rooms look nice. Giselle started talking about Luann and how Luann like the men. And that she gonna sing and talk about herself and chase men because she like men a lot. Luann and they're talking about emergency sausages. I don't know what the hell an emergency sausage is, but it don't sound good. It don't sound good at all. Say me and your mama get along great because she don't like people either. Right. People be full of crap sometimes. People be full of a whole big, large mountains, copious amounts of crap. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Teresa still can't pronounce nothing. She up there talking to Kyle trying to tell her how to pronounce some word or other. Teresa sitting up there, her tongue tripping over her teeth, lips and all. The cars come up there for them to leave or whatever. They get in, they go. Well, before they could get in, they trying to adjust the seats and stuff. Then we get a gross moment with Giselle and Porsha that ain't nobody asked for. And they trying to adjust seats, and Giselle talking about, stop, y'all gonna break a nail. We don't do that. And so Luann was like, no, we can't break no nails. And Porsha talking about, I don't wear long nails no more. And Giselle say, why? Because you. And Porsha just giggled at her. I'm like, Porsha gonna make her whole personality be that she going with this woman. That's all I got from that exchange. That's what I got from part 1 of the reunion. I just love the touch of a woman. Porsha about to make her whole personality. Hello, my name is Porsha. I play with coochies. Her whole personality is about to be, my name is Porsha. I play with coochies. And please know, She up here trying to recruit Drew. Drew don't want to be recruited. She about to drag Drew over to the other side, kicking and screaming. Yeah, but she didn't have to tell us that. She about to make that her whole personality, ain't it? I'm so tired. I'm tired. And Porsha fans, don't come bothering me because I will get y'all too. Just like I get the Shamia fans, I will get y'all too. But I'm tired. I don't know. I don't know how many germs it is. I know I don't want to hear about it every time you got your tail on my screen. Tell us some more about who driving the Underground Railroad, mama. Don't be up here, putting rainbow tracks in your hair and flipping your wig at us every 20 minutes. Just please don't do that. Damaris said, I'm so slow when it comes to them things. I wish I was. DT, thank you for my super chat. Say, all I know was Hammerhead Shark Judice, Bile Richards, lesbian. She is Fickle Toes Gunvalson, Lou Ann, the Flamingo looking man, and Holissa Harlow and Porsha. Oh, that's all you saw? Okay, well, thank you for the super chat, and I appreciate you supporting my channel. And we love the nicknames that you give us. DT say, as a member of the rainbow community, he tired of Porsha too. Porsha, listen, she about to. I've had enough. Honestly, she ain't been homosexual, but 45 minutes, and I'm tired. Hey, Cecilia, thank you for being 159. Yeah, rainbow tracks in her hair, and then she gonna get Detroit layers cut in one of them wigs, and she gonna be just flipping them layers, letting us see the rainbows. I can see it now. Rainbow tracks and Detroit layers. All hell finna break loose. Not Porsha wearing a name tag. My name is Porsha, and I play with coochies. That's what's coming. Like, Porsha, how many times you gonna tell us? How many times you gonna say it? Okay. Now, I ain't judging you. I ain't got no heaven or hell to send you to. Wait. Richard Wilson sent me something. Hold on. Let me send a heart back. My kinfolk sent me a cash app. Hold on. Let me send a heart back right now. Thank you. You say small tokens. Small tokens put a big smile on my face. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. So look, getting into it. So they all giggle, and Giselle belly laugh, and Giselle like, oh, the OC is all wind and sun. Kyle was like, oh, it's more peaceful than LA. I'm sure, because LA looks scary. The energy over there don't look good at all. No, I didn't talk about what Tasha K had to say about foundational Black Americans. What did she say? Please tell me in the chat. I will read it and keep up. Apparently, since Tasha K married somebody who's not foundational, maybe she, is more down with her husband people than her own people. But she's very much from the panhandle of Florida, and she's foundational herself. But some people marry folks from other cultures and turn on their own people. I hope Tasha K didn't do that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Tanya says Porsha is about to cut up for pride. There will be an over-the-top photo shoot, more than likely. Well, I mean, June done came and went, and she didn't act real crazy, so maybe she won't do it no more. Adrian said, well, it looks like it'll be her whole storyline next season, so get the notebook ready. It's ready, it's ready, it's ready. I'm ready for all of the shenanigans. I think I am. I believe I am. Then when we got to this part here, this is when I knew. This is when I knew that Teresa and Vicki was going to have a problem. So Teresa made a simple statement. She was like, I guess the area they was in, she said it reminded her of New Jersey. Vicki said, does it? She said, yeah. And it was the way Teresa said, yeah, like, girl, I peep your attitude and where you trying to come from. And I said it. I said it do. That Teresa, had a whole lot in that year. But I said I had to look back at when Vicki said that. I'm like, why are you questioning her like it does? What's so shocking about the fact that she said it reminds her of New Jersey? Because I'm sitting there like, hold on. New Jersey's by the ocean. They had a whole TV show about the Jersey Shore. New Jersey is the Garden State. There are a lot of very, very pretty areas in New Jersey. So I just felt like That was some nasty stuff to say. She said FBA is like the KKK, and we found that out during a live that she got. Oh, okay, so she's not foundational. Oh, okay. Well, then that explains why she would have that attitude. I'm not surprised. A lot of people hate foundational Black Americans. People hate us while imitating us, while pretending to be us. I'm not shocked. I'm not hurt either. If she feels like us loving ourselves is somehow like the Klan who was burning crosses in people's yard, lynching people and blowing up churches, if you think that Black Americans who built the place that you live in your funky, musky, bald-headed tail in is like the people who terrorized us, you're sick in the head. You're sick. I wish they would have left Vicki off the girls' trip. I don't, because Vicki is so messy that it looks like all the drama, maybe not all the drama, but a lot of the drama is going to rotate around her. Oh, okay, yeah, she ain't foundational. So then why do we, let me ask, do we care what she thinks about us? You know, as a sister that is foundational, I don't think I care what she thinks about us. Sis say, girl, you got to go watch the video. She already done apologized after all FBA unsubscribed. Yeah, that's what we have to do. To my Black American folks, when you see people who insult you while sitting in spaces that you fought for and created, don't support them. Don't support them. Not with a dollar, a dime, a click, a view, nothing. No support. Sis say, but Teresa has not taken accountability for that anyway. She put it all on her husband. I mean, but that's who it was on, sis. That's who it was on. The part that's on her is she didn't pay attention. Yeah, Vicky's got a little nasty streak to her, honey. I remember her from years back, but it's been so long since I watched her on the screen. I didn't know how nasty Miss Thing really was. You say I was hot, auntie, no lie. I ain't mad at you because that's enough to heat you up, but that's why I don't watch people. Like if I know you're not a part of my lineage, my bloodline, my people, I'm not really a dedicated watcher because any given day that person could say something to, you know, insult the people you come from. I'm never going to stand with you. Not like that. Not like that, because you'll never get a chance to hurt my feelings and tell me what you really think about the people I come from. You'll never get an opportunity to do that with me. Never, ever. Yeah, Lord, Auntie Eva says she can kick rocks with bare feet. Monique said, and since then, many housewives sit up in the confessional and say they don't know what the mortgage is and don't pay any bills. Wendy was saying it. Who else was saying that? It was a lot of them saying that type of stuff. They don't know, you know, when bills are due. They take care of all that. That girl Angel was saying her husband take care of all of that on Potomac. A lot of women living like it's the 1950s and their husband do everything. And he'll sign this. This is what we doing. He tell you something, you don't know what's real and what's not. And before you know it, you're behind going to jail too. You better be paying attention. You better pay attention, okay? Y'all out here trusting men is the crazy part. I ain't gonna holler about no accountability, but trusting men is what's insane. Yeah, Kyle said that too. I trust my husband. Bold statement, madam. Bold statement. I like that little avatar. That's cute. So listen, they get to the ship, y'all. We gets to the ship. There's fans out there when they trying to get on the ship and everything. And they like, oh, these people been watching us for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. What's her name? Got a foot stuck in the little, you know, in the walkway heading up to the boat. Because, you know, it's always little slats in the dock when they got the little metal docks or whatever. So she walking over there, walking down the dock to get on the ship. Got a heel caught, but it looks like she did not break her heel. Orange, is this your first time on my channel, baby? If it is, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know so we can welcome you. Hey, Tammy, what up, sis? Good to see you. So they get on the ship. That Lisa girl from Salt Lake, apparently maybe she don't leave Salt Lake often because she said something weird about this dinosaur. Dinosaurs had to be here because this looked like pterodactyl land. And I'm like, girl, what is pterodactyl land? Ain't none of us was around when a pterodactyl was around. So how would you know what a pterodactyl land looked like? And did pterodactyls have their own land like the other dinosaurs couldn't come there? It's just where they stayed at. I said, wow, it's not your first time. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Don't wait so long to come hang with us. We're so glad to see you. So then what a name. They get on the boat. Vicki got cardboard cutouts of everybody that's in the group from their first season. And once again, the Lisa girl looked like something wrong with her because she complaining about her picture, but you ain't been there but 45 minutes. The picture they had up of her looked like her right now. And she's talking about, oh, not my favorite picture. Must be because you don't know what you really look like. Ain't been no time that went by. You ain't aged and went nowhere. The show ain't been on but 45 minutes, ma'am. Everybody else cardboard cutouts look like high school pictures. Darn near all of them look like high school pictures compared to how they look now. Okay. Baby Jen, you better say it again, because Teresa sat up there looking at her picture and she didn't see that many changes. Teresa felt like she still looked the same. She still looked the same. Yeah, 45 minutes. The show ain't been on but 45 minutes. That's all. That's all. And I ain't watched it yet. Maybe after they done been on 2 or 3 hours, I'll watch it. Okay. So look. So Porsha tell Luann, girl, you look like you 12 in this picture. And I looked, I'm like, maybe not 12, that's pushing it, Porsha. But Luann do look a whole lot younger than she look right now. Now, overall, shout out to Luann Doctor. He held her together pretty good. He held her together pretty good. If I got to be honest, she don't look that bad. You know, clear women don't always age that great. But Luann really don't look that bad if we gonna keep it real. Y'all hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I had to put some air on because I was getting hot. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so Luann really, she held up pretty good. Damaris, what is Native American? Y'all don't want me to tell the truth up in here, do you? Y'all know y'all don't want me to tell the truth up in here. Let me just give her props. Let me just give her props for aging good for a clear woman. Okay, hey Priscilla Clemens, thank you for being 162. Thank you, Monique Austin, you, me. And Luann ain't got none of that in her. None of it. None of it. None of it. Ooh, Lord. I be trying not to say stuff, Stacey. I be trying not to say stuff because if you tell the truth, you're going to shame the devil and somebody going to get mad. Somebody going to get mad. I'm just saying. Thank you, Adrian Marie. $5. Anybody got $5? Anybody got $5? I'm just saying. Poetic lyrics. I sure love Black history too. I sure love Black History too. Anybody got $5? You know, it ain't that type of night tonight. Ain't that type of night tonight. I'm trying not to go there. But so then Luann told the Lisa girl, like, oh, you look naughty in that picture. And that's really all Luann could say, because, girl, you the same age. You took this picture last week. Last week you took this picture. All she could say is you look naughty in the picture. She couldn't say, oh, you aged so much. She couldn't say none of that. Good to her, babe. Thank you for the super sticker, gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nah, for real, Orange. I'm sitting there like, well, I'm like, Luann, at least Luann included the girl in the conversation. And I feel like Luann included her in the conversation because what else was they going to say? Everybody else talking about, child, this from my first season. Look how young I look. What was she going to say in that conversation if Luann did not include her? Like, that was, nobody else was paying her no attention. At this point, I'm wondering if the other women even know she there. Do they even know that this girl is there? Okay. Georgia P say, let's please tell true history, not their history. Hello, good night. Because we've been knowing who Big Mama and them told us we was, and we wasn't waiting on nobody to come and throw a feather in their head and pay $5. Everybody ain't got $5. Everybody ain't got $5. A B stay with and say, we can help you stay on track. It's a fun night, but it's always an opportunity for education. And you sure right, honey. You sure right. It's some people, you know, took some classes to try to learn how to imitate certain cultures for $5. Is that who y'all saying Luann got in her? Just asking. So anyway, so after Luann told the girl she looked naughty, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, thank you, Couture Babe. Thank you. Kyle said that according to the internet that she done had a whole face transplant. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that the Kyle girl had a whole face transplant. She said her top lip looked funny in the picture because she blamed Lisa Vanderpump. She blamed Lisa Vanderpump. She said Lisa Vanderpump told her to get Botox in her top lip, and then her lip went down like this. I said, oh my. I'm just saying. That's what she said. And then Kyle told Vicki, you look the same. And Giselle was like, but Vicki, you had bangs on this picture, girl. Because Vicki looked like she was about to get mad at Kyle for telling her she looked the same. You should have been happy that somebody said you look the same. That's what I would have, that's how I would have felt. Like, what, girl, I ain't aged. I know that's right. But Vicki looked like she was mad when Kyle told her she looked the same. Giselle smoothed it out and was like, girl, Vicki, you had bangs on this picture. And I think that distracted her. Porsha looking at Teresa picture like this, the Teresa I grew up on, and I'm sitting there like, Porsha, you ain't got to act like Teresa from the Bible days or nothing. She older than you, but she ain't that much older than you. Don't do that. But Teresa ain't take it no way. Kyle was like, that's when Kyle told us about the lip. The Lisa girl said she looked like a ventriloquist, and it wasn't her favorite picture. My thing is, you just didn't like the picture because it ain't old enough for that to be your issue, right? And then they had that. I don't even remember who was the messy heifer that said who changed the most. Vicki said, I think Teresa changed the most. So I'm sitting here like, okay, that's strike 2 with you and Teresa. Teresa changed the most. What she say? Okay. Teresa say, I ain't changed that much. All I got done was the tip of my nose. You see how my mouth pulled to the side? Because that's how I was looking when Teresa said all I did was the tip of my nose. It's almost like Teresa forgot that she had the forehead of a gorilla. All her hair was all the way down here. Like she couldn't get 2 fingers between her eyebrows and her hairline. She had to get that hairline threaded all the way out so she could look like a person. Her eyes were sitting all the way over here, eyebrows too thick, your hairline was all the way down. We're not even just talking about no surgeries, man. You look completely different. When Teresa went and scraped all that hair off her forehead, that made her look completely different. It made her look a whole lot better. Right, Monique, that's exactly how that hair used to be. Sitting up there making all them doggone all them lies. All I did was the tip of my nose. And what else? Plus what else? Because Teresa always been rough, you know, kind of hard to look at. She always been hard to look at. And once they cleared out their forehead and did what maybe they did that facial balancing thing they be doing, it got a lot better. Yeah, what you lying about surgery for? I don't think Teresa did a bunch of surgery to her face, but the hairline alone bears a conversation. You can't just be acting like all you did was the tip of your nose and you know you done took a whole weed whacker and weed killer to your forehead. You think she was hyped and nervous? I didn't see it. Yeah, straight up. Not a true Neanderthal. Not a true one. She threaded it. She had got it threaded. That's when everybody started threading and she got that forehead threaded. They took that hairline from down young and pushed it back. A lot of people started off with their hairline wrong. Y'all know Wendy Osefo came on there with her hairline down like Jermaine Jackson. Had them, the hairline was like real dip low and she was trying to push it or slick it down and it was running right into the curve of the arch of her eyebrow. So when Wendy pushed hers back, I noticed. When Teresa pushed hers back, we super noticed. We over noticed. Okay. Right. Jen, when they started, all you could look at that hairline. It was like, I ain't never seen a hairy shark before. And yet there it was right on our screen. And I watched it too, because New Jersey was entertaining. New Jersey's still pretty entertaining in my opinion. But anyway, so after people could kind of peep that Teresa was getting offended, Luann was like, matter of fact, that was Vicki that said Teresa looked the same. And Luann was like, yeah, Vicki is kind of Ramona-esque. She let stuff slip out her mouth without thinking. Giselle was like, well, I would have said, you look different too. Right, because that's really what she should have said to Vicki, like, girl, I don't look no more different than you. And let that be that. So Porsha was like, well, we was all babies when this started. And again, I'm sitting there like, everybody but this little girl, this fetus here from Salt Lake City. She wasn't no baby when she started unless she's still in Pampers now. Okay? No, that was Wendy's hairline. Yes, Teresa was a hairy shark. It wasn't baby shark doo-doo. It was hairy shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's what it was. So then, Abiste went and say when Teresa girls was little, they were cutest little girls, beautiful eyes. I ain't finna go that far. To me, they look just like their mama. Now, that's the nicest thing I could say. Because even though, you know, they not us, I ain't gonna talk about their children. But Teresa Churn looked just like her. Looking just like your mama. Mm-hmm. Say, I honestly think Vicki looked better before all them surgeries. Mm-hmm. And that ain't saying much. The bar is real low, but it did look better before she got cut on. I do believe that. So anyway, they get to the food and everything. And they say, you know, she telling them they're going to play bunco. I don't know what bunco is. We find out later in the episode, apparently, don't know black people know what bunco is. Because Giselle didn't know, Porsha ain't know. I don't know no black people never played no bunco. I really, really, really don't know anybody black that played bunco. She let them know that whatever was going to happen that evening, it was going to be an 80s theme. And Vicki said the OGs from Orange County was going to be at the place. Giselle's cutouts from the first season, they showed that. She says she come a long way and she's had the most iconic moments. Vicki started talking and saying that she had several folks Oh, I know what it was. She was talking about the cutouts from the first season. She said everybody came a long way. And then she asked all the women, like, what was y'all's most iconic moments? Vicki started talking and saying that she had several, and I guess she was about to, just start reminiscing and going on. And so people started kind of like making small talk, and the Kyle lady was ordering her a drink or something and chatting. And Vicki got mad and went to bamming on the table and I was talking. And I'm like, girl, first of all, hey, Michelle Montague, first of all, who is you hollering at? Like, that's the first question I got. Listen, this is why I be telling y'all when y'all be like, oh, you should be on the show. Hey, Miss Fired, normal women can't be on them shows. You know you can't be banging tables and hollering and stuff at us. You know that. You know that. The way I would have politely collected my purse, making sure my heels was securely strapped around my ankle and strutted off that vessel. And I mean strutted heavy on toss these wide hips, back and forward and back and forward, and got my butt up off that boat. You not finna be hollering at me. I was like, oh no, no, sugar. Is it crack? Is it crack? Crack is what it is, isn't it? Hey, the divine Miss M, thank you for being 166. So she bammed the table. I was talking. And then, she, under her breath, they just totally ignored me. And then she starts talking about her iconic moment was going to her child's school and doing a keg stand. And I'm like, what is that? Is that some clear people stuff? And yeah, it was. Where I think what I saw was the children at her child's school held her upside down while she drank out of a beer keg. I'm like, okay. And you somebody mama, you thought that was appropriate to do. That's what you thought was, iconic. It was iconic. That's iconic. I say, well, maybe that's culturally appropriate. At this point, I'm here to learn and respect everybody's culture. Okay. So she said that was her moment. Kyle said hers was in Amsterdam when she ran out the door with her cape on her back because looked like her and Lisa Renner or somebody was arguing. And she said she runs from conflict. Apparently, she ain't no fighter. She Sha'Carri Richardson. Okay. So Porsha said that Atlanta took things next level and with all the stuff they went through. And she kind of mused that when her and Kenya came in, everything was just a bunch of drama, which is low-key true. And she said for her, the most iconic was Kenya's bullhorn moment at the reunion where she slid her across that stage. Okay. Giselle said Karen's birthday party where she sat in the seat where Karen should have sat, and we got into the etiquette and what's proper etiquette, and Karen giving her the etiquette book. She said that was an iconic moment, and it was, because we ain't gonna never forget it. Giselle's wig was terrible, and so was Karen's, and they were both being over the top. Brown Sugar say agreed. Brooks was her iconic moment. I remember the Brooks of it all. Even I remember that. You say Kyle is a big manipulator. Okay. See, I don't know her like that. Y'all have to listen. When it comes to the Beverly Hills and OC, fill in the blanks for me, because I know about New York and New Jersey, Atlanta and Potomac. I don't know nothing about OC and Beverly Hills like that. So when I bring up these ladies, y'all fill in the blanks. Tell me who's who did what, who's a trifling heifer, who is a lion hussy. Tell me who the chippy is. Tell it all. Tell everything, because I don't know these women like that. Okay. So after all that, we get the Kyle saying Kyle didn't really get what Giselle was saying when Giselle was like, yeah, because when our show started, we were supposed to be the ladies of Potomac, which it was like, it was literally supposed to be based on the ladies in Jack and Jill, which is very, culturally coded. So Kyle was like, yeah, we're supposed to be the little angels of Beverly Hills. And Giselle was like, really? And Kyle tried to play it off a little bit. And I was just like, ooh, Lord, this is when things get icky and sticky. Sean say, well, they all lion hussies. Easily solved then. Easily solved. I ain't got much to figure out. So then Teresa said her moment was table flipping. Remember when she was at the Danielle Starr that first season, and they was in the restaurant and her hairline was down here? Hold on, I need a wig. I'm gonna see if I can do Teresa. Hold on, y'all. I got to have something that'll help me be Teresa. I got something. Hold on. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. I'm finna be Teresa. Hold on, I'm coming. The hair was all over her face. You could barely see her eyes. And she's like, I love it. Okay, that's what she did. And she said that was her iconic moment. And I was like, it kind of was, because she tried to flip that table and that table didn't flip. It just tossed them dishes around. Yep, she did that. And then Vicki started hitting the table over Teresa because she got past that, and then she started talking about, going to jail, and she was like, I had went away, and my husband brought me some papers and I signed them, and we, the taxes wasn't paid, and she was just, really getting into what happened between her and Joe. And so before she could finish telling her story, here come got doggone Vicki banging the table again. Pay y'all taxes. Pay y'all bill. I was like, I said, okay, now this strike through with Teresa, the Teresa we know. Girl, you trying it. Because if she go back to, back in the day to no forehead Teresa, you gonna be in trouble. If Teresa go back to old school, no forehead Teresa, you gonna be in trouble. I don't know who gonna help you. If she go back to old school. I ain't got no forehead and don't need now Teresa. I don't know what you gonna do. You finna be in trouble, okay? And and Porsha sitting there like, this girl talking about, finally opening up about this, and this is one of the most vulnerable moments in her life, and Vicki over here banging on the table. The Kyle was like, Kyle wasn't with it really either. The Lisa girl was like, why is she trying to give us a lesson in TurboTax? And she act like she doing a TED talk. And so Porsha was like, well, girl, she telling you she did not know. She didn't know. Okay. She had no idea what the man was doing because she trusted her husband. And so Kyle was like, well, I trust my husband. I'm trusting. I trust my husband, doing all that. Listen, Teresa from Patterson. That's all I'm gonna say. Teresa from Patterson. Like, you might want to relax. But and so Vicki was like, but it's a business involved. You always have to file your taxes and stay on top of it. So Teresa was like, yeah, I'm not finna get in. I'm not gonna go there. So then she was, in her confessional, like, Vicki gonna keep poking the bear. She gonna mess around and get flipped off this boat. And what's sad is Teresa will mess around and try. Even if she can't get it done, I believe Teresa is unstable enough to try to go ahead and flip you up off that boat. Okay. So I said, wow, this is gonna be a mess. I said, okay, this is Miss I don't know why they fired me. You sure you don't know why they fired you, girl? So Luann was like, her and Ramona picked up two men from London and brought them back to the house on the Cass trip. And that one of the women that was on the Cass woke up and saw a naked man booty. And Giselle was like, she started talking about something else. She was like, do you think New York at some point kind of took part of the shine from the OC? Yeah, girl, listen, Brown Sugar, them New Jersey girls is ghetto. The New Jersey Housewives is very much loving hip hop. Nobody equates them with that because they are clear people, because they're pale. If the girls in New Jersey were black women, they would have called them all kind of love and hip hop, flavor of love, hood rat, charm school, dropouts. I'm telling you, New Jersey get away with their level of ghetto because they're not black. And I watch them because they really are ghetto, and it's actually hilarious, right? So when Giselle asked Luann and Vicki, like, you feel like when New York came, they kind of took part of the shine from the OC. So Vicki was like, oh, everybody loves their own franchise, and I wouldn't say that. And Luann was like, well, New York is New York, OC is OC. So it was at this moment that I realized, like, somebody told Giselle, you be the one to stir the pot. I could already see that from that one comment. Giselle trying to stir the pot. Why are you taking over on Vicki's leg of the trip, right? This Vicki leg of the trip. Vicki planned the ship. Vicki planned the 80s theme Bunko party. Vicki is in OC. She got her orange back or whatever. She in the OC. She bringing the OGs from the OC. Why is Giselle taking over? Oh, what's y'all's most iconic moment? Do you think this, like, she interviewing people or something? Like, girl, this is not your leg of the trip. So at this point, I already peep game. No problem. No problem. It's very much given. Producers told you, you keep the action moving. Don't let it get stale. Don't let everybody just play nice. Keep the action moving. I said, okay, this heifer here to stir the pot. So both of them was in the confessional and said that their city put Housewives on the map. Luann say New York put them on the map. Vicki say OC put them on the map. I say both of them put it on the map as much as they could. OC was the first ones there. New York was the first one that was really interesting. And then the Black women made it into a global brand. Because if we're going to be honest, OC and New York did not make that a global brand. They did not. When Atlanta burst on the scene, it became global. Once you got the real Americans on camera. That's what happened. So, anywho, after all of that, Giselle was like, well, Porsha, you know, you holding it down for Atlanta, and y'all put New York and OC to shame. And I say, yep, Giselle up there really pushing the envelope. I say, yep, they told her to stir it up. So she went for it. Now I watched Vicki because I'm like, this ought to be interesting to watch. I want to see how Vicki navigate, because I already picked up, okay, Vicki, you a little bit of a bully, or you want to be. Let's see if you pull the bully with the Black girls. Like, I really wanted to see if she was, you know, if you got heart. Like, you can't keep up, but let me see if you at least got heart, right? She ain't got no heart, y'all. So when Giselle said that and was like, you know, y'all kind of say y'all put New York and OC to shame, Luann was like, I wouldn't go that far. Vicki was like, well, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. So I'm like, let's go. So then Porsha was like, girl, you opened the door, we kicked it in, took the house, threw you out the house. You've been evicted, Vicki. Vicki changed her whole tone. Everything changed after that. Okay? Because she tried it, or if you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. Meanwhile, I heard the show wasn't started for you. It was started for that Gina girl, the kind of chubby lady. It was centered around her and her people. You was there, but you not the one that it started for. That's number one. And number two, you could say, oh, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. But in reality, y'all wouldn't be back for no 20-year reunion if it wasn't for the Black girls, because that whole Housewives thing would have fizzled out without Atlanta. Y'all wouldn't even be doing an Ultimate Girls Trip if it wasn't for Atlanta, because Nene Leakes is the one that brainstormed this. Y'all wouldn't even be having reunions at the end of the sentence, at the end of the seasons, if it wasn't for Atlanta, because Nene Leakes brought that out. Like, at the end of the day, the first leg is nice. It was cute. It was kind of interesting a little bit, but the truth is just the truth. Y'all would not have had the longevity without the Black girls making it interesting. Without the Black girls being there for people to compare you to, nobody would even still be talking about you. People would be like, y'all remember that show that used to come on that channel, Bravo? Because Bravo wasn't even popping like that back then. Bravo didn't even get popping until the Black girls got on there. Now, that's just the truth. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the chat. That's all I'm saying. Let me know if I'm wrong. So anyway, they get past all that. When Porsha said, girl, you've been evicted, next thing you know, here come Vicki. Vicki done changed her whole tune, baby. She done jumped off the guitar and got on the piano like Beethoven, changed the whole composition. Miss Thing said, well, I just want everybody to be successful. I'm not that girl. And I'm sitting there like, but you was a minute ago. Oh, now you're not that girl. Now you're not that girl. Huh? Now you're not that girl. A minute ago you were. Just a minute ago. Wasn't that long ago. Why didn't you bang the table, Vicki? You ain't gonna bang the table? Bang the table, Vicki. Porsha laughed out loud, threw her head back and laughed, and she said, well, I'm that girl. I said, well, touche, Porsha, touche. You and Giselle out here earning y'all villain badges. Come on, black girls. I said, I like where this is going. Teresa was liking it too. Teresa was over there cackling. I love it because Teresa peeped the same thing I peeped. You got all that mouth trying to be a bully, trying to push buttons. Like as Teresa say, poking the bear with her. She say, basically, I just watched Porsha son you and you backed up, tucked your tail between your legs and changed your whole tune. I say, that's right, Tree. That's right, Tree. Tree was loving it. So anyway, then they start, hey, Arturo, thank you for being 174. So then they started drinking shots and trying to twerk and stuff, which was a sad sight to see. I ain't never seen people, dance like stick figures. I didn't know humans could dance like stick figures. Let me throw that out there first. So they up there squatting down like old people. You ever watch an elderly person when they got a walker and they're trying to like hold their body real still because they scared they're gonna fall and they trying to ease into the chair? Well, if you ever seen that before, that's what was happening on that boat. So they had their bodies, their backs at these strange angles, like they was trying to hold on to get into the seat, and they rested their hands on their knees, and then they started like convulsing up and down, not even like this. I don't even know how they did it. Their whole back was going up and down, and they were kind of shaking their thigh or something. I don't know what they was thinking, but yes, they was dancing like stick figures. It was real scary to look at, but they was doing it. I'm like, somebody gonna get hurt, and then they gonna sue Porsha because this was your goddamn idea. Okay, Porsha sitting up there with all that carunculus pile up behind her. She could sneeze and twerk by accident. They up here shaking for their dear lives, not even shaking, convulsing. It looked like an epileptic carnival on that cotton picking boat. I said, they're going to sue the piss out Porsha, and she going to deserve it. Okay. Luann got tired. Apparently the stick figure dancing make you real tired. It make you real tired. And so Luann was like, look here, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down. I said, that's right, Lou. That's right, girl. Go on, sit down. I was with her. Giselle was like, well, if you're twerking with Porsha, just get out the way. Cause see, you can't keep up with her, and it really ain't. It's an unfair advantage. She got an unfair advantage, which she do. Like I say, all that stuff pile up there behind Porsha like that. Porsha can go high, and it's gonna be a ripple back there. It's gonna get the twitching and going on. She could sneeze, and it just. They gotta wait for all that there to stop trembling around. And I'm with Giselle. She got an unfair advantage. Unfair advantage, and when they filmed it, according to Porsha, she had done put on her happy weight, so it was showing up, just pile up all that carunculus, just pile up back yonder. She got these women trying to keep up with the tsunami behind her. They about to hurt their back and their femur, throw their hip out. Luann was the smartest one out of all of them. She went and sat the hell down. Kyle up there trying for all she worth. Giselle talking about, I like the little Kyle Richards twerk. I'm like, Giselle, you love to kiss up the white women for no apparent reason. What is there to love? Talking about she ain't got nothing back there, but she be moving it. So what's she moving? Her imagination? She Professor X now? She moving stuff with telekinesis that we can't see, because what the hell is she moving? Unstable ions? Because it sure wasn't nothing behind her. I'm talking about nothing. This heifer up here doing cold fusion, baby. I don't know what the hell she was moving. And then Porsha talking about, oh, look at Kyle. She on her toes. She a ride-a-holic. Then you got the producer playing dumb, talking about what's a ride-a-holic. And even Giselle called it out. I was like, how do you not know what she's saying? Because that's stupid. You know what she's saying. It was vulgar when she said it. It was stupid when you asked. And we all knew what the hell she was getting to. Okay? We all knew. Yeah, girl, listen. DT, she wasn't even good as Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Tina be folding that back in and out. Tina be folding her spine. That Kyle Richards girl spine ain't moved, nothing ain't moved. She literally sat up there and had a grand mal seizure. A tonic-clonic seizure is what she had. That's what she had. I watched her. I was waiting for somebody to put a spoon in her mouth or something to hold her tongue down because that's all the hell went on. Sean say Giselle liked Kyle, a strange husband. That's what she likes about Kyle. I don't think so. Because what I saw on the trailer, Sean Living Life, it looked like Giselle done outed Ashley to Kyle for trying to holler at that woman husband. That's what I think I saw. Because it looked like Ashley was trying to explain herself by trying to holler at that woman husband over there in Colorado. Giselle was even being messy to Ashley, what it looked like to me on that trailer. We'll find out. We're going to find out. Because it looked like Kyle was confronting. Yeah, that man ain't look good. He sure didn't. He looked frowsy. He looked like he smelled a little tart, a little sour. His hair looked greasy and everything else. Absolutely not. Now, sometime I can let y'all make it when y'all be saying people look good, but sometime I got to call bull crap. I'm going to start hitting the table like Vicki. I'm just, come on now, stop it. But listen, so then we get to the 80s. Yeah, they getting ready for the 80s party, right? I don't know if they still married Arturo. You know, I don't watch them franchises over there. I don't know if she's still with the man or not. Yeah, he looked like if you touch him, your hand might get a little sticky. Like them phone books used to be in the phone booths, the one that they would have on that chain hanging down. You couldn't touch the thing covering the phone book because it would always be kind of sticky and dirty. Oh, what that mean? I don't never understand what y'all mean when y'all say that. Giselle sure did out Ashley to Kyle. I thought that's what I saw, Shirley. They is still married. Now, Arturo, you know that don't mean nothing. These women, you know, they play with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of that and a little bit of this. That don't mean that they done throw the men away. It's some married women still play with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Y'all heard K. Michelle say on holidays, she go play with a little bit of that and a little bit of this. You know, these people is trisexuals now. They try everything. So they all getting ready for this 1980s themed Bunko party. What she say, right? So you got Giselle got her hair from Greece. Mind you, when they get out front, she quoting, she acting like she thinks she Tina Turner, but Tina Turner ain't never had that hair. It was very much given Grease. Beauty school dropout. But it was cute. Vicki had her hair that looked like she was a member of Whitesnake or maybe Metallica, but definitely arena rock, hair rock, you know, that type of stuff. The Lisa girl, she had a big Barbarella ponytail and she tried. Listen, this conversation was weird too. Can we talk about it? So she talking to Teresa, getting the high ponytail in the top of her head, very Barbarella. And Teresa was like, "Oh, I like that, I like your ponytail." And she's like, "Oh, I'm trying to get mine as high as yours was for your wedding, you know, with the hair height and stuff." And so Teresa was, you know, quoting her people, and she was like, "Yeah, the higher the hair, the closer to God," what the people say. And the Lisa girl kept talking about the Godfather. And I'm just sitting there and I say, you know, clear people, teach me your ways. Clear ladies, white ladies, teach us your ways. Because you could not have said to a black woman, you know, I was trying to get my hair like yours was in that one episode, Porsha, you know, like Boys in the Hood. We would have went off. Oh, what you saying? And the fact that she kept saying, you know, like the Godfather, and Teresa wasn't even offended. I'm like, teach us your ways. How can people play with your culture, say something offensive, borderline racist, and you just don't notice it? Like, is that why them people get irritated with us? Because we do notice it? and we not going? Because you better not never walk up to me and be like, oh, Nitra, your braids were so cute. Oh my God, I want to get braids just like that. Like Sugar Hill, like New Jack City. I would have went left and stayed left and might have drugged you with me. Like, what is you saying? How what you think? But Teresa was just oblivious. I said, whoa, hey, this is deep. This is deep. I say, hey, please come and teach us. Teach us your ways, honey. DT say, yes, can we have a Clear People representative to come and teach us, please? Tell me how you do it. I was just like, that was so racist. I was like, oh my God. And the fact that she said it multiple times. Orange said, LMA, oh, I couldn't believe Lisa said that to Teresa. I'm like, oh my, like we know the people over there in Salt Lake City is racist as hell. We know the Mormons is known for being racist as hell. Their whole religion was based on racism and magical space wars where bad people turn black and good people turn white. That was the wildest cartoon. If y'all ever seen that cartoon, you know what I'm talking about the Mormons, baby. They really believe that crazy stuff. So I'm like, okay, I get that you racist, ma'am, but do you have to say Godfather? Like, do you walk up to random black people and call them Meadowlark Lemon? Like, what do you do? What do you do? I was so shocked. I was amazed, though. I'm going to tell you, I was amazed and I was impressed. I said, wow. Say they be deliberately obtuse. Yeah, but Teresa was impressive. She impressed me. Say, because I would have snapped back and asked how her hair so fried it looks like cardboard. I wouldn't have snapped back with no witty nothing. Who you talking to would have been the question for me. Monique say, yes, you know, they got to keep that leotard on for protection. Oh. Say Teresa is Italian, probably mafia affiliated on the slick, but Teresa says she loves the Godfather. I don't think it was meant. They never mean to be racist, Sean. Have you not heard from the white people? They don't mean to be racist. They just be racist as hell. Here's the thing. Whether she's got somebody in her family who could be participating in those behaviors, a lot of black people have people in their families who may be gang affiliated. You may have people in your family who may have committed crimes with narcotics. But I can promise you, you better not walk up to me and be like, like state property, like, poetic justice, like, CB4. You better not walk up to me and do that because you think some of my cousins went to the Fed. You better not. You had better not. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, that's wild. Teresa did great. Super great. Say, heck no, Lisa, watch her mouth with Mary because Mary is black. I'm just saying, like, just within, white ain't flat, black ain't flat. Them people got different cultures, and it was just like to watch her do that, and Teresa be like, you offended because somebody said that you changed the most, but this lady done went straight, breadbasket of America, middle of the line racist on you, and you sitting up here acting clueless. I said, wow, that was deep. I was impressed. So we get back, we see Porsha and Kyle getting ready. And Porsha telling her, you took the bigger room, girl. They playing around. Vicki pouring liquor in a carrying container so she can carry liquor with her, some tequila. Giselle and Luann sitting up talking about Vicki. I say, yeah, production done told Giselle, keep the mess going. Do not let these people turn this into no love fest, no pleasant fest, none of the fest. Okay, none of it. Okay. So they's talking about Vicki. And so Giselle was like, Luann, girl, you close to Vicki? And Luann was like, no, but she got a mean streak. I can tell you she got a mean streak. And so she was like, yeah, you heard what she said today to Teresa. And Giselle was like, yeah, girl. And Luann was like, yeah, she up here pounding her fist talking about pay your taxes. And she was being aggressive. I say, ooh, y'all getting it going. And then she was like, yeah, she was talking about Tamara today. I say, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Here we go. So then they played the clip with Vicki talking about Tamara and was like, basically saying, I'm going to say basically because I didn't stop to get the verbatim. See how that works? That's what Shamia need to do. Basically, this what I heard or this what I thought you meant instead of continually lying on folks. But basically, from what I could ascertain, because I was just, paraphrasing, she said that she be scared of what Tamara gonna say in front of the camera. Okay. And Giselle was like, well, if she feel that way, why, asked her, why do you feel like that or whatever? And so in the confessional, Giselle was like, hey, Vicki is giving the quintessential mean girl. She's giving the quintessential mean girl. And she said, I thought I was going to be the mean girl. And I said, ding, 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 ding. We have a winner, Johnny. Production told Giselle to go in there and be the mean girl. Vicki beat her to it. Vicki decided she was going to be the villain. And Giselle basically let the cat out the bag, all the cats out the bag. You better put them cats back in the bag for Porsha get to them. Because she, she on one. But she said she thought she was going to be the mean girl. Hey, Taco Tuesday. Help, Lord. Taco Tuesday say, get Teresa a week and then she going to realize she was insulted. It might take a week. It might take a week for her to realize that she been insulted. Okay. So then she was like, Giselle was saying in the confessional that she got more of an allegiance to Tamara than to Vicki. She don't really know Vicki like that. She just met her. She ain't got no relationship with her. So she say she gonna tell her. And that especially since Vicki finna be back on the show, and if she's saying that she don't trust Tamara, she got an issue with Tamara, she feel like Tamara need to know that she say she don't trust her. Okay. And I said, here we go. Giselle is on the clock. So they get ready to leave for this 80s bunko party. An old busted van come up. They pull up the clip of Vicki Gunvalson screaming about, why did you bring a family van? Luann called it a jalopy. Porsha went on and got in because she was in on the gag from the beginning. Apparently, it was a joke from Kyle. Kyle arranged it because she was trying to mess with Vicki, but Vicki had went on and went with it. But they got out the little jalopy van, got in the real van, went to the party, right? So they head on over there to this little place called the Quiet Woman. Yeah, the Quiet Woman restaurant. And they had Tamara there from OC. They had Joe Della Rosa, the Gina girl, the chubby lady, and the Heather person. And she brought a cake. I do remember that from back in the day about somebody breaking off a piece of the girl cake and eating the cake or whatever. So she brought a cake in commemoration of that. And then they got there. Tamara walks in, hug, when the rest of the women got there, Tamara ran up and hugged Vicki. The Gina girl was telling the ladies that the show started off with her and her family. She said she was the first, not Vicki. She was the first. Vicki was there longer, but she was the first. Okay. Porsha met the Heather girl. She said she called her a baddie and say her husband a plastic surgeon and all that, but she real cool. Giselle said that she loved Fancy Pants Heather and Crazy Tamara. Kyle was like, who the hell is Joe? She didn't know who the Joe lady was. I didn't either. I don't even remember ever seeing the Joe lady. Then the Joe lady tell Porsha she was the first Latin housewife, and I'm like, was there another one? I didn't know. Then the Shannon lady shows up, and she kind of looked like Bret Michaels a little bit by the wig, and somebody else called it a Mr. Roper wig, I think, referring to something happened on the show. Shannon and Tamara, I didn't know what that was because, again, I don't know the dynamics, but the Shannon chick walked in and immediately started messing with the Tamara lady. And why am I calling her Tamara? She ain't black. If she was black, she'd have been Tamara, but she ain't black, so she's Tamara. Tamara. I guess you got to hold your mouth open when you say Tamara, because that's what all them kept saying. Every time they said that lady name, the whole show, Tamara. Tamara. You know, it's different than Tamara. They say Tamara, like so. But yeah, so immediately it was like, you got on skates. And so the girl was like, yeah. And she said, well, did they even have G-strings or thongs in the 80s? And it's like, girl, they had T-bags. The girl got on a T-bag and she got on people had T-bags. Like, are you dumb? And I know they had them because my sister had took her part-time job money back in the day, bought a pair, it was a swimsuit that had the T-bag on it, and my mama caught her and beat her tail. So I know for a fact they had them in the 80s. I know they had them. I was there. Okay. I did not wear any, but they were there. Okay. So the Tamara girl was like, yeah, they had them because I want them to work out. Well, I just want to make sure that you're, what she say? Something I want to make sure you're in the right decade, or make sure that your time period correct. Why are you trying to make sure she time period correct? What, you the bouncer? You there to throw her out if her outfit ain't perfect or all that? Yep, they had them at Fredericks of Hollywood. Sure did. Sure did. You say Shannon is the drunk. Thank you for filling me in. Thank you for filling me in. And so I was just like, why are you bothering that girl talking about you want to make sure she time period correct? It was really weird to see that. So then you got Vicki in the confessional, like me and Shannon, we stayed close because we got the same heart. She got the same heart I do. I'm like, so you got the heart to go around saying stuff to people you ain't got no business saying? He's like, but I don't want drama. If you go around saying stuff to people that you ain't got no business saying, all you want is drama. You don't want nothing but drama, because people who don't want drama don't go around bothering people for no reason. Okay? Like, what's wrong with you, right? That's what I was thinking. But she said she don't want no drama, child. So anyway, then Vicki was again in the confessional after Miss Thing said, I want to make sure your time period correct. She in the confessional like, well, I got upset with Tamara. Notice I said it right, Tamara. I got upset with Tamara. Was so mean to Shannon. We're the tres amigas. And she kept saying tres amigas. And I'm like, why are you saying tres amigas? And why she kept saying it like that the whole time was making me like, I'm like, is this a Saturday Night Live skit? Is this Mad TV? Like, I was halfway thinking, are there cameras in my house recording me to see my reaction to her say tres amigas? Because she kept saying tres amigas. And I'm like, I understand you trying to say it in Spanish, but ma'am, you don't have no Spanish accent. And that sounds crazy as hell. Why you couldn't just say three amigos? Hell, you could have said three amigas. Tres amigas. I said, oh, hell no. This like Peggy Hill teaching Spanish on King of the Hill. This is Peggy Hill all over again in that size 13 shoe. Tamara, no. We're, because we're the tres amigas. And the tension between Shannon and Tamara is alive and well. I said, oh, Lord. Help. So anyway, then Vicki gets on the stage talking about her divorce and feeling insecure, and the man she was with that, messed up her self-esteem with stuff he said about her and how he degraded her. And some girl named Gretchen was supporting him after he was treating her like that and everything. Sinclair says she think Vicki's scared of Shannon and Tamara. Okay. Let me see what else y'all telling me. Jen say Tamara called Shannon an alcoholic on camera a couple seasons ago. So now Shannon don't mess with Tamara. So if she don't mess with her, why she walk up talking about skates and the girl teabag? You see what I'm saying? If you don't like somebody, you leave them alone. Don't just walk up to people and go to bother them. Then when they bother you back, you ain't no victim. Leave them people alone. You know what I'm saying? She done called you a drunk and all that. Maybe she don't like you. It's possible, right? But she said that the Gretchen lady was supporting the man who was, degrading and, you know, make her feel bad. And she said that happened at her original Bunko party. So apparently the Bunko party supposed to have been a remake from a party that got ruined or a party that didn't go well for her. So she wanted to redo it. Maybe it was one of those iconic moments. Arturo say all of them alcoholic. Slade is who she said was supporting the lady, supporting the man. DT said they really should have been the Tres Leches instead of the Tres Amigas. Possible. That's highly possible. So anyway, in the confessional, she said she went and got surgery after he bothered her about the way she looked, and I guess made her feel ugly. So she went and got some surgery. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know if that was the way to go. And then the girl, the fetus that's been there for 45 minutes, the Lisa girl from Salt Lake City, said that, you know, you changed yourself because of an icky little man's perception. And then she got on the fans, child. She said, and then the fans with their Cheeto stained fingers sitting up making comments about people too. And that be causing insecurities. And that's another reason why the women be getting them surgeries. And said that go get some new hobbies. I say, well, go ahead, fetus. You better tell them. You better tell them, fetus. So then Vicki said she wanted to redo the Bunko party because of how it happened before. Porsha in the confessional and was like, yeah, the OC was the first ones to sacrifice their privacy. And you know, she hated that happened to Vicki. And, you know, thank you for your sacrifice and all that. Right? He called her Miss Piggy. Oh, he nasty as hell. Now, even if she was big, that ain't for him to be saying what he calling her Miss Piggy for. Who he think he is? You let her people tell her, like, girl, you think you want to do something? I'll work out with you. But you don't call no woman Miss Piggy. He was nasty. I didn't even know him. But that's nasty. Remember Slade called Vicki Miss Piggy and he said it on stage. He got on stage and called that girl Miss Piggy? Yes, I'm calling her a fetus. Yes. Go ahead, fetus. It was because of her nose. He called her Miss Piggy. So she wasn't fat. He called her Miss Piggy because of her nose. Oh, hell no. I got a flat nose. And I might say I got monkey face, but you better watch it. Sean said the surgery made her look worse. Vicki ended up getting several surgeries. She needed to go to Terry, Heather husband from Botched. Dang. Say Lisa gonna love that you calling her a fetus. She 50. I'm not saying she look young because she don't. I'm saying she a fetus because everybody else been on that show forever and she been there for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. So I sure hope she don't get excited if she hear this and get to thinking that she look young because she don't. That skin is resembling leather. It's resembling leather, moisturized leather, but it's surely resembling leather. We not finna pretend like that's the case, but it's definitely a fetus in the world of housewives because you've been there for 45 minutes. But yeah. So anyway, so then Vicki, bring them over to the table. She got pictures of the man, I guess they call her Miss Piggy and somebody else over there. And she got candles and stuff. And, everybody was like, what the hell is this? You know, so they come to find out she planned on doing a seance. And Porsha like, is this satanic? Like, you could have just invited them people. You ain't have to call on their spirits. I said, that fool say they live in the OC. You could have just called them. Why we using the devil's phone to call them? Y'all ain't nobody got their number. I was with Porsha on that one. I'm like, man, what the hell you? I said, maybe this, you know, something cultural. You know, black people don't really like to play with the devil like that. Not on purpose. So that was a little strange. You know, Luann ain't making no better. She was like, why we want to look at a picture of him, bump him? Luann did the only Christian thing to do. She broke the man picture and say, nah, his picture broke. Let's get this party started. Because ain't nobody finna sit up here and ask Satan to use his cell phone to call this man. And I don't know who that woman was. Who was the woman picture that was on the table, y'all? Okay, because it was getting weird. It was about to get weird. I'm just glad that the ladies shut it down. Shut it all the way down. Evolution say Giselle and Porsha are the first blacks to be in the OC. Yeah, even though they just passing through, they do seem to be very, very different. Hey, actual treasure, how you doing, beautiful girl? I'm glad you made it. You said that was Gretchen, his baby mama. Mm-hmm. So she was finna call him on Satan's cell phone on his nights and weekends plan. And Luann broke the picture and was like, yeah, don't call him, girl. Don't call him. Mm-hmm. Thank y'all for filling me in. Say Vicky's definition of party is off. It's supposed to be fun. Yeah, ain't nothing fun about borrowing essentials from Lucifer. That's just not fun. So anyway, so Teresa was like, yeah, that's crazy. I was going to do that. Teresa was like, she was going to break the picture. Because apparently, maybe some of the Italian ladies ain't comfortable borrowing cell phones from Satan. I said, wow, this is nice. A nice little multicultural thing happening here. We got our Italian ladies. We got the Latin lady. We got 2 black ladies. And then we got some strange white women. One of which is a Mormon who's overtly racist. It's a nice little mixed bag. I say, well, come through, Bravo. I'm like, y'all actually got my attention. Lord, Fatima, what up, sis? Fatima say all them ladies look like crocodile skin reptilians next to our organic women. Hello, good night. If I was them, I wouldn't stand too close. You ain't gonna embarrass me. Say their grandma would have said no too. Yeah, somebody would have had to say no to the seance. So then the Lisa girl was like, she loved Luann's passion. No bigger support for Vicki was given that night than Luann breaking that picture. Shout out to the fetus again. Another win for the fetus. She don't have a lot in the moment in the scenes, but her confessionals, she seemed to be decent. So then Tamra, when they went over to the table, Tamra decided she was gonna toast Vicki for getting her orange back and to the bunko party. And she said, ain't nobody gonna make fun of your looks here. And they was, everybody was like, you was on the right track. Why you threw that in there? But I guess that was her way of saying the last bunko party didn't go right because that man insulted you and ain't nobody in this room gonna insult you. But she didn't say it right, which said to me, I felt like Tamra was already slizzard like a lizard. I'm like, you've been sipping already, ain't you, mama? She, I'm like, because ain't nobody gonna make fun of your looks here. I say, Tamra, you drunk, huh? I said, okay, well, I guess this is gonna be good. Not Monique say Slade can't pay child support for the rest of his churn. Is you being for real? Okay. So they passing out the the Tamra girl, after she did that weird toast and she gonna tell Vicki thank you for being the one that started it all. And I'm like, didn't that Jenna girl already correct that for the night, that she didn't start anything, that it started around the Jenny girl and her family, but you thanking Vicki for starting it all when the girl who was the start of everything is still sitting there. I say, wow, okay, Tamra, gotcha, girl. So they passed out the rules for bunko and something about roll a 1 and the 1 point and 21 and 3 ones and then you scream bunko. I wrote it down. I have no intention on ever playing that. That sounds silly as hell. So Giselle was like, we black, we don't know nothing about this here. This is not part of our culture. Okay, Porsha says she just ready to scream bunko. She don't have no idea what this is. She says she didn't even have time to check Chat GPT to ask what bunko was, right? So Kyle was like, Kyle sitting there, because she Beverly Hills, she not an OC. And she was like, these OC ladies is loud. I say, yeah, they do a lot of hollering. Luann was like, yeah, we doing a little bit better now. Giselle in the confessional, like, Luann is happy because the men showed up, because the Tamara girl had men to come in there to take scope. And they was dressed up in like 80s costumes or whatever. So that's why Luann was like, yeah, we doing much better now because there's men in here. And Giselle was clowning on Luann like, yeah, Luann happy because there's men in here. All she need is men. And Giselle was like, I'm not impressed with the men, but Luann is, because they're men with penises, and that's why she's happy. So you got 3 different tables. They done broke up the 3 different groups. I'm like, okay, so what can go wrong here? Child, apparently everything could go wrong there. Everything could go wrong. This is where I was confused. It looked like it was starting off right. I don't know how it went with how it started off being kind of calm, a little boring, not a little, real boring. And then go as wrong as it went. Well, yes, I do, because Giselle did what she did. It had already kind of went wrong, but it went real wrong after Giselle did what she did. So you got the Joe girl, Teresa, Vicki, and Lisa at a table, Kyle, Heather, Jeannie, and Shannon at a table. And then you had Porsha, Giselle, Luann, and Tamara at a table, right? So I'm peeping out the scene. I'm like, okay, Giselle got the Tamara girl over there with her and Luann. So I'm like, yeah, she finna tell her just what Vicki said. I'm already waiting. I'm already knowing that's the play Giselle finna make, right? So they playing. One of the little dudes that came in there to, I guess be props. They asked him to take pictures at Teresa and Vicki table. The little girl, the fetus from Salt Lake City, she up there trying to direct the picture. They can't even play because she's like, wait, come closer, move back, turn this way, get more light, do this, do that. And if you're gonna take a selfie, it's gotta be good. I'm like, girl, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. You at a table playing a card game or a table game from the 80s with these women. Like, what is you even doing? And so she up there talking about selfies. The table with Kyle, Heather, Jeannie, and Shannon, they was actually playing the game, like really following instructions. I'm like, y'all the good girls, at least right now. And then Porsha, Giselle, and them, they didn't know what the hell they was doing. Porsha over there shaking it up like she thinks she playing craps or CeeLo. I say, this Negro. This is why people be talking and saying the stuff they say. It was funny though. It was funny to watch her just Negro it up. It was hilarious. So then Shannon screams Bunko because their table was actually playing and she apparently hit Bunko. So she starts screaming Bunko. I don't know if you make it, hit it, roll it, whatever happened, she screamed Bunko. So then Kyle was like, yeah, take me back to Beverly Hills because this screeching, and she was in a confessional saying they screeching, squawking, and the pitch was killing her, all that hollering and stuff. Porsha was like, yeah, this is break your glass level loud. And Giselle and they split up from the game table, so they was all sitting to the table, and Giselle took that as her opportunity to be messy. So she gonna look at Shannon and Tamara and say, so y'all hate each other? What for? Giselle being messy, she doing what production told her to do. But at the same time, that wouldn't have even happened. That wouldn't have even happened if the Shannon lady hadn't walked in there and just off the rip start picking with this girl by her clothes and her skates. Like, you basically, Shannon, announced to the room that you don't like her. Even if don't nobody know y'all don't like each other, you just told everybody y'all don't like each other. So when Giselle asked that, she's like, because I didn't see y'all last season. Where was y'all, where was y'all communication on the last season? So Tamara was like, well, I tried. Shannon was like, well, that's her story. And Tamara said, well, what's your story? And Shannon said, well, my story is the truth. I was like, okay, white ladies, go for it, girl. And Porsha sitting up there like I'm looking right now. She was just, watching the sparring match between these two ladies. So she said the truth. She said, I filmed with you. I let the prior year go when you was attacking me every time we film. I laugh with you. I move forward with you. And to me, that's moving forward. So I'm sitting there like, okay, Tamara, what you got? So then Tamara was like, well, I'm the one that's effing good. I got a husband and children and stuff. And I'm sitting there like, the lady didn't say nothing about your husband ensuring that you were struggling. She said that she tried to move forward with you and she got past you attacking her. And then the first thing you do is start listening what you got that you saying she ain't got none of. I got a husband and ish. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what am I watching? So then she said, I got everything. I'm not the one struggling right now. I say, well, God dang, white lady, what is this? Baby, I'm like, I'm not ready. Why are you talking to this like Tamara? Why you talking to her like that? I know she tried you coming in the door about your T-backs and your skates, but I don't know talking about somebody T-backs and skates can get you clown that hard. I'm not the one struggling right now. I say, God dang, don't introduce her to Kelly Potter, baby. Ooh, Lord. So I said, well, let's see where this goes. Because, I mean, it can't go nowhere. It can't go nowhere good. I don't even know y'all, and I know this can't go nowhere good. So then the Shannon lady was like, I filmed with you after you called me a see you next Tuesday 18 times. And then she gets up to leave. So I'm like, Shannon, that might be a good move. That might be a good move. Just get up, leave. Don't, whatever happening, don't stay there. Don't stay there. Because this girl here, like she got one in each hand, loaded. Every chamber full. Like, just leave. So she get up to leave. The girl the Shannon lady tried to walk away. Tamara was like, there she goes. She runs off. And the Shannon lady made a fatal flaw. She turned around. Baby, you got up to walk off. Just walk off from this heifer. Okay? The Shannon lady said, because I don't want to have this conversation with you. Tamara said, truth hurts, B. I'm like, God dang, Tamara. This lady ain't call you out your name. She bothered you by some skates and a tea bag. You done told her she's struggling. You got a husband and ish, and you got everything, and she ain't got nothing. And then when she tried to escape, you said she run off, and she made the mistake of responding. Now you done told her truth hurts and called her a female dog. I say, God dang, Tamara. Why is this happening? So then Shannon was like, you're so effing delusional. I say, Shannon, I don't think that's the right response to what Tamara just said. I don't know y'all, but I don't think that's how you supposed to respond to what she just said to you. She said you struggling and she got everything. And she called you a B and said the truth hurts and picked at you for running off. And you said, Tamara, you're so effing delusional. That's not the right response to that, Shannon. No, Shannon. Shannon, you don't know me. But if somebody who knows you happens to see this, y'all give her my Instagram or something. Girl, inbox me. I will write your comebacks for you. That is not how you respond to that. That's not how you respond to that. You were supposed to tell her, girl, first of all, talk to me after you wring all that liquor out yourself. You sitting over here looking like a wet dish rag. You got on a tea bag with no booty. Your tea bag is hanging like the sling that David slew Goliath with, and you bothering me about your husband and ish. You wasn't supposed to say, Tamara, you're so effing delusional. That's not the response. This girl done called you all out your name and said you was struggling. Shannon, no, just inbox me, girl. I'll work out a little, a pay schedule, which Tamara say you struggling. So if you ain't got the bread like that, I can get you on a payment plan or something, girl. I'll write your comebacks. Don't worry. You can rehearse them like Angela Oakley do, and you'll have them always in the cut. I can even text them till you have them in your phone. So when she start cussing at you, you could just be like, hold on, Tamara. And then get her, just holler at me. I got you, girl. I got you. I didn't know I was going to be all right with you at first, but I started to feel bad for you. So anyway, Then after she said, "You're so delusional," then Tamara was like, "I'm not the one that," and hit the drinking motion. So at this point, I'm confused. I say, "No, you lying. I know, God darn well you lying." Wait a minute. She said, "Well, I'm not the one who." She's sitting over there right now. At that point, y'all, anybody who didn't see it, that lady was drunk as Cooter Mo Brown. I'm talking about, if she'd have got up to walk anywhere, she'd have ended up tap dancing. That heifer was lit. She was lit. If she'd have walked past the barbecue grill, it would have been that Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial all over again, and it wouldn't have been her wig. Her breath alone, they would have thought she was half dragon on her daddy's side if she'd have walked past an open flame anywhere. Talking about, I'm not the one who. I said, no, you the two. And I'm looking at this Shannon girl. I'm like, girl, if you don't finish her, fatality. No. And so then Shannon was like, stop with the alcohol thing. Oh, hell no. Girl, holler at me, DM me. I got you. You got to stop. This has to stop. Stop with the alcohol thing. You're the one who said, Shannon, you're never going to see me drunk ever again. And 5 hours later, and you couldn't even last 5 hours and you couldn't put a word together. And I'm like, girl, you ain't even telling this right. I could have told it better than that. And I wasn't there. I don't even know y'all. I say, yeah, this is bad. So then Tamara's like, because my best friend was in the hospital. And I'm thinking, your best friend in the hospital and you worried about her. So you get so drunk, you don't know whether she live or dead. Okay, I got you, Tamara. I got you. And then Giselle was like, well, this was not productive. And I'm thinking, Giselle, you didn't want it to be productive. Everybody done played bunco, whatever the hell that is. Ain't nothing went wrong. Vicki ain't bamming no tables. Teresa ain't flipped no tables. The worst thing going on was y'all in there screeching. Hell, Luann even evicted Satan before y'all got going. Everything was fine, Giselle, till you decided to be the deacon of the devil and say, well, you know what, Satan, you missed your chance with that seance, but I got you home slice. I'm going to get them going. So she talking about this ain't productive. I wonder why. So then the Shannon lady, po thing, she gets up, walk over there with Kyle and Gina and Vicki and Teresa and Heather, and she telling them what's going on. So she's like, Tamara's calling me drunk again. This is what I deal with every time I film with her. And I'm rolling. And Tamara was still at the table. So she telling them, I was friends with her for 10 years. I was the one that she called drunk in the middle of the night. I was taking her calls in the middle of the night when she was drunk. And then the fetus lady from Salt Lake City, she was like, when Tamara's on your side, she's a great girlfriend. But Shannon shouldn't be, what she say, defined by a mistake she made during the worst period of her life. I don't know what she talking about. And she said, why are you shaming her in front of everybody? Girl, fetus, you was on a roll. I don't even know why you weighed in with that. That was crazy. I got the accents right. I be trying. Y'all know I work hard to try to tell y'all exactly how stuff went, right? So then Kyle was in the confessional and she said, well, the Tres Amigos are not feeling like amigos right now, And I said, yeah, she said they more like the Tres enemies. Yes, Stacey Brown, I said the deacon of the devil. Giselle decided to be the deacon of the devil. That's what she decided to be and keep up some mess. So after that, then Teresa was like, well, Shannon, don't let her push your buttons. Just ignore her. Sage advice from Teresa. I don't know what her new last name is. She married Mr. Louis. So then Giselle go to the bathroom. Tamara go to the bathroom behind Giselle. So while they're in the bathroom, Giselle tells her, well, girl, Vicki said to gonna tell me and Luann, she said that she don't trust you she don't trust you, and that you be making stuff up and be throwing her up under the bus, and she can't confide in you. Okay, that's what she said. Now we know Giselle mouth ain't no prayer book, but I don't know whether that's everything she said or not. Who did the ex? The ex did who dirty? Shannon dirty, Tamara dirty. Who got done dirty by the ex? Everybody. Because y'all know men ain't no good. But listen, so after that, Giselle is in the confessional, and she was like, well, if you're going to talk trash about somebody, say it to their face. She said, that's Potomac 101. I don't know that, I don't know their dynamic, but we do it well over there. She said, that's Potomac 101, and they do it well. So then Tamara come back out. She immediately got with Vicki, honey. She went marching over there like Sophia from Color Purple. And she was like, she basically told her, look, this what Giselle said you said. Chapter and verse. She ain't let it cool down or nothing. She went over there. She said, you said, you don't trust me. I be making up stuff. I be throwing you up under the bus, and you can't confide in me. Right? And so Vicki was like, I never said you make things up. I never said that. And I'm afraid to be around you because of the conflict. My life is so good and incredible right now. And I'm sitting there like, girl, when you started talking like Edith Bunker, you weren't talking like that when you bammed that table. So at this moment, I'm like, is you scared of Tamara? And then I thought back. I say, well, hell, the way Tamara just talked to Shannon, I can see you might not want to really go into it with Tamara, because Tamara look like she don't care what she say to y'all. Okay? I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely giving you told Harpo to beat me, the way she marched over there and grabbed Vicki. Now, Monique say Shannon ex had another woman for a long time. That's when Shannon really started drinking bad. Even the mother-in-law knew about the other woman. Child, them men mamas always know. Y'all be messing up when you think that them men mama on y'all side. They not. They on the side of their son. They gonna help that man hide the woman, extra churn money and all, properties and everything. Don't trust them mamas. Trust your mama. Trust your mama. Don't you trust no man mama. Shirley say, Tamara has always been a mean and nasty girl. Will tell all your business when she pissed. Oh, like them people over there in Atlanta and Potomac. Yeah. So then Vicki was like, when you're mad at Shannon, and I love Shannon, and Tamara say, well, whatever Shannon does, that don't have nothing to do with me and you. Then Vicki, that's when she got triggered. I said, oh, Vicki's back. She bammed the table a little bit. Because we're the tres amigas. Because we're the tres amigas. It does affect us. I'm like, girl, you the only one screaming tres amigas. You sure? Tres amigas. Are you tres amigas? Yeah, that's tres amigas. That's how she says it. I want to say it right. Tres amigas. Because it don't sound like Spanish when she say it. So I'm like, Vicki, you the only one keep saying tres amigas. Is that only a thing for you? Because it don't look like it's a thing for Tamara. It's only a thing for you. Okay? Sean Living Life said, Tamara is not a good person. They really scared of her on OC. Heather even says she a little scared of Tamara. Why are you scared of Tamara? Tamara be beating people or something? What is going on with Tamara? Tamara, do you need to come to Atlanta, girl? I want to see what you do over there with them girls that might hit you back. Okay. Deborah said, you got more out the show than I did. I might watch it again. Girl, watch it again. Because Tamara is hilarious. And Vicki with the tres amigas took me out. Okay. So look. So then after that, Tamara was like, well, we were the tres amigas. She was like, we are. She screamed, we are. I'm like, are you sure? Can you force this girl to be in the tres amigas? Do y'all have matching outfits? Did y'all release a single? Like y'all backup dancers for somebody? What is this tres amigas, and why is it so important that you gonna force her to stay in it? If she try to get out, is it like a gang? Did y'all jump her in? Now y'all got to jump her out? Like, why is you so forceful with this tres amigas? I say, oh hell no, I Tamara, I don't know if you should have joined that because she's not letting you out of it, whatever it is. So then Vicki is in the confessional, like, I consider myself the peacemaker. Baby, the way I hollered and the way that I screamed. Peacemaker? You mean like you told a pistol? What you mean you the peacemaker, Vicki? So she said, I'm the peacemaker. She say, see, I don't have an issue with either one of these women, but I got an issue with Tamara. I said, wait, hold on. You ain't got an issue with neither one of them, but I do have an issue with one of them. Huh? So I'm like, well, maybe this white lady math. Give it to me. Okay? Wait, she got baptized and got worse. Stacey Brown said the lady got baptized and got worse. What was in the water? What was in the water? What's in the water, Jesus? I can't take it. So anyway, she's like, I don't have a problem with either one of them, but I got a problem with one of them. Y'all say they had a live show and they toured. Listen, but is it a gang? No. A secret society? Because why she don't want to let the girl out the group? And they did wear the same outfits. Okay, did they sing Locomotion? Like Vanessa and them did on the family show? On the Cosby Show, like what all happened with the Tres Amigas that she won't let this girl out? So mind you, she say, I ain't got a problem with none of them, with neither one of them, but I got a problem with one of them. But you just said neither one, Vicki. I'm like, okay, cool, right? So then she say, I got an issue with Tamara having a smart mouth with Shannon. Why she can't have a smart mouth with Shannon? Is Shannon the mama? Is Shannon Big Sister Almighty? Like, who is Shannon that Tamara can't have a smart mouth with her? And so she's like, I'm protective over Shannon. Tamara has no filter. So I said to myself and to Vicki through the screen, if you got a problem with Tamara because of her mouth, and clearly you can't control her mouth, right? You said y'all the Tres Amigas, and she don't want to be the Tres Amigas no more, right? And you keep trying to hold her in there. You protective over Shannon, and you don't want Tamara to say nothing to Shannon. Why don't y'all just be the Dos Amigas? Why are you trying to hold her in this group with y'all when you got a problem with her, but you protective over the other one? Just leave this money, leave the lady alone. Say they made a lot of money touring. Well, they can make a lot of money being the Dos Amigas, right? They can't be Dos Amigas, drink Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends. Why must you try to force this lady to stay in a group? You don't want her there. You got a problem with her. After saying you don't have no problem with nobody, but you got a problem with her. It was Hennessy in the baptismal pool. That explains everything. That explains everything. Right, Sean, living life is giving blood in, blood out. What is going on? Say Shannon is get drunk and then crazy, get drunk, get crazy, then cry. Oh, hell no. Oh, she'd have had to let me out the Tres Amigas. I would have never get in it. First of all, you come tell me something is called Tres Amigas, and you keep saying it like that. I'm gonna think this either a cult, you crazy, or you creepy. And either one of them C's, count me out. Use the fourth C to count me out. Ain't no way in the hell. Ain't no way in the hell. DT say maybe it was an ounce of vodka in the water too. I'm telling you. You say they did do the Dos Amigos and it didn't pan. Oh, hell no. Y'all lying to me. Y'all better be lying to me. This crazy. So after all of that, and we are Dos Amigas. Even poor Teresa got a big mouth, and her and the Jeannie girl, they grabbing their ears like these chicks is too loud. And then Vicki yells, I'm scared of conflict with y'all. Huh? You scream at people you scared of? Okay. All right. And then Tamara was like, well, we don't have any conflict. And she's like, well, I don't want any. So leave her alone. Stop trying to control what she say out her mouth. It looks like Tamara is out of control. Stop trying to control her. So I'm watching. I'm like, oh, y'all white women strange. What is this? So then Vicki stands up. She was like, look, I didn't say bad things about you. And the way you treat other women, I just feel like I'm next. And Tamara says, who? Who is the other women I'm treating away? She say, what? Because I called Shannon out on her drinking. And so she was like, but that's not your place. Let her work it out on her own. And I'm like, it's not her place. You trying to force her to be friends with somebody, but she can't say nothing about her drinking. I say, okay, Vicki, this is giving. We don't like you. We gonna do whatever, but you better stay in this group because don't nobody want to see the dos amigas. Or maybe because you can't say it the same way. Maybe tres amigas work because you could say it a certain kind of way. You tres amigas, but you can't. Or maybe when you go to say dos amigas, it don't land the same. Well, it sound, the dough is too heavy. She want all the stress on the gas, and by the time you put the dough, the gas don't hit as hard. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she could still call them tres amigas. And just two of them show up. I don't know, Vicki. Try something because you're not going to be able to force this girl to be around this lady without ripping her. And so Tamara's like, well, that shouldn't cause no problem with us. In other words, I'm still going to say what the hell I want to say. Okay? And then Vicki was like, well, look, I never said anything negative about you. Now, this where I was like, this Vicki lady, boy, something weird with her. This lady said, I never said anything negative about you. If somebody asks me a question and I say something that might be a little different than what comes out, if I say something different than what comes out, I ain't gonna lie, I almost called Vicki a nig. I was 1 second, I promise you. I'm looking at the screen like, nigga. And I say, wait, that ain't no nig. That ain't no nig. Don't do that. Because I'm sitting there like, what the hell you mean if somebody asks me a question and I say something different than what come out? How the hell something come out that you didn't say? If I say something different, a little different than what comes out. If I say apple, what came out was apple. I can't say nothing and something different come out my mouth. What the hell is she talking? I said, oh no. But then I had to remember, she was pouring that tequila in that little flask to carry with her before she left. Before she left, I said, oh yeah, she drunk too. Because what the hell you mean? See, if somebody asks me a question and I say something that might be a little different than what comes out, that's not why I'm on this earth. That ain't why you on earth. First of all, can't nobody on earth do what you just described, ma'am. You just said you could say something and something different come out your mouth. Ain't nobody on earth for that. I ain't never met nobody on earth that could do that. I'm a talented lady, so I believe that's what Mr. say, and I can't do that. I know people who got ventriloquist dummies. My Uncle Willie got a ventriloquist dummy, and what he say still be what come out. Uncle Willie ain't never said one thing and something else came out his mouth. Because my thing is, if you saying one thing and something else come out your mouth, didn't you say the thing what came out your mouth, or you said something else in your head and then something different came out your mouth? Either which way, I know what the hell is she talking about. If somebody asks me a question, so it only happens if somebody asks you a question that you say something and something different come out your mouth, but that's not why you on earth. You just do it like a party trick. Like, what the hell is that? I was like, oh no, ooh Lord, this is special. So I'm just sitting here like, she's like, that's not why I'm on this earth. I was confused. I literally wrote "huh" in my notes. I swear for M&Ms. Can y'all see the "huh"? Hold on. Well, I want y'all to see. Let's see. You see there? I wrote "huh." Because that's what I was thinking. Like, huh? That's not why you on this earth. All right. And she said, and that's a pot stirrer. You know, I'm just like, boy, this deep. So Tamara say, you saying Giselle is a pot stirrer? I'm like, thank you, Tamara, because I don't know what the hell she talking about. At this point, I'm lost. I'm telling y'all, I was taking notes, but at that point in my page, I had no idea what was going on. So shout out to Tamara, because I didn't know what the hell was happening. So I'm like, thank you, Tamara, for translating. I don't really speak crazy clear, lady. I don't. And Vicki said, of course. I said, whoo, praise the Lord for the interpreter. You know, and some of us was raised between the sanctified and the Baptist church. Remember, y'all, let's go back. Remember, they used to tell us don't speak in tongues. The Bible said don't speak in tongues unless there's an interpreter. Okay? So my thing, what I believe happened here was that possibly Vicki was overcome by the Spirit. And maybe she was speaking in unknown tongues. And Tamara is the interpreter. And maybe that's why she can't leave the Tres Amigas. Because if she drank and that spirit, whatever that spirit is, come cross her, ain't nobody there with the gift of interpretation of tongues, but Tamara cracked the code. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. So anyway, and then Tamara was like, well, I want us to be okay. I love you. I known you for 20 years. I known you longer than anybody. Fatima said it was the spirit of deception. Mm-hmm. And Vicki said, I'm just upset about Giselle right now. I want her out of my life. I don't want to be around her. And what was the purpose for telling you that? It's like, you said it. If you said it, you want a television show, somebody gonna repeat what you said. Giselle is not your best homie. She just met you, honey. She just met you, darling. You telling strangers, like, let's talk about this. This the Tres Amigas. This your friend. This is your interpreter of tongues, okay? This is your sister in the spirit of liquor. And you went to talk about your sister in the spirit of liquor, woman of liquor, with a stranger on a boat, on a TV show that's also a reality show, that's also known for messiness. And you say, what was the purpose for telling? Well, what you think the purpose was? Well, Vicki, what you think the purpose was? It was mess. Because that's very much the reason why Giselle was put on this earth. We don't know why you was put on the earth, girl, but that's very much the reason why Giselle was put on the earth, to be messy, apparently. So anyway, then she in the confessional. I didn't even know Giselle knew Tamara. Even worse. So you was bad-mouthing your friend to somebody that you thought didn't even know her? All right. I didn't know Giselle knew Tamara. So why would she pull her and tell her that? I don't know. What I don't know what her thinking is. She knew it was going to cause an issue. I think that's playing dirty. It's not her business. But you know what she didn't say? Hey, Kashana, thank you for being 170. What she did not say was Giselle lied. She told a girl in the moment, I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing negative about you. But when she was in the confessional, she didn't say it now time. Giselle, no, she lying. I ain't say nothing about that girl. She didn't say that. She didn't say that at all. So that's what happened. At this point, I guess I'm invested. I got to see what happens on the next episode, because at this point, I have questions. I need to know, why was Vicki put on this earth? How do you say something and something else come out your mouth? I also need to know, why it's the Tres Amigas. I would like somebody to fill in, does the other amiga know how to translate the spirit of liquor, the unknown tongues that's brought on by the spirit of liquor? I want to know if Teresa gonna end up cussing Vicki out. It's quite a few things that I want to know. I would just, I'm interested, right? Yeah, it is. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like that. So then the revisiting from part one of the reunion, just a couple of things that I wanted to hit on that I didn't hit on because I didn't have time. The people on social media is pointing out that Kelly Potter only said she was the standard because Porsha called herself the standard at the reunion. So apparently, when Kelly Potter's interview with Carlos King aired, the reunion had already wrapped. And we saw Porsha during part one when they went to bother Drew about getting her body done for everybody to basically be outed. Like, all y'all hoes done been up under the knife. Everybody but Panky. Everybody but Stanky Panky. Right? So that's when Porsha was like, what she said, I'm okay with being 45 in the standard, or it feels good being 45 in the standard. And mind you, I feel like she got a right to say that because Drew got her body done, and the first thing y'all did was compare her to Porsha. So Porsha said she was the standard. Why Kelly get her little sawed off tail on Carlos King and embarrass herself? And that, to me, that makes it even more cringe because you said it because you're jealous of Porsha. Girl, no ma'am. Focus on your life, baby. All jokes aside, you got children to raise. That man is mean as hell. The court done made him pay. But what are you even doing? Like, focus on yourself. So because she called herself the standard, and you couldn't argue the point in the moment because, I mean, you know, look at you. You get on Carlos King and say, well, I'm the standard. And they say she's trying to sell t-shirts with the standard on it and whatever. It's like, but it's embarrassing. Like, to me, if it gave Kelly, did you not know that we was going to see that on the reunion and realize you only said it because she said it, and then you saying it because she said it, and then everybody in the world clowns you? I would be embarrassed, dog. Like, there's no way I could have done that to myself. So I you know, in hindsight being 2020, I kind of felt bad, like it was embarrassing. Another thing that I had to you kind of go back and really pay attention to, Kelly got drugged by everybody. And Angela, Porsha, and Andy, like it was a tag team drag, like all at one time. And while all of them drug her, Angela done told her new teeth, nowhere to sleep. Porsha done told this girl, you got kicked out your little townhouse. She didn't even say townhouse. Your little townhouse, your business, and your whole life. You got kicked out your whole life. She tried to tell Angela, oh, your house was in foreclosure. And Andy was like, girl, that was the investment property. I was like, wow. Everybody like boom, bap, boom, bop, bam. And Shamia never opened her mouth. And I said, wow. Because before Shamia tried to make it look like, oh, if Porsha and Kelly got into it, I just sit back and I let them go at it. I'm not getting in it. But it wasn't just Porsha and Kelly. Like your friend got verbally, like, I don't know if you can roast jump somebody, but she got popped by 3 people back to back. Shamia never opened her mouth. Kelly is as stupid as she looks. You jump in like some kind of rabbit special needs chihuahua. Anytime somebody catch Shamia in a lie, this girl sat up here and watched you get straight jumped. You brought it on yourself. Hey, Anna Filson, you brought it on yourself. But no matter whether you brought it on yourself or not, Shamia sat up there looking like a Christmas ornament and ain't opened her mouth while you getting popped all upside your head. All these goddamn quotables. People got clips of you getting roasted to hell all across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Even the tickety talk, the children be on. And Shamia sitting up there looking like the ghost of Christmas future, ain't said nothing. I said, oh, hell no. Then the other thing, what I had noticed, okay, K. Michelle tried to backpedal. When I look back over my life, K. Michelle tried to backpedal. When she sat up there telling Porsha about, well, you know, when you was dealing with talking to that man and he called me and telling me that he was still dealing with you and you say y'all was not still dating and you know, that's why I learned that's why you don't listen to no man. It ain't no you learn. That's why you don't listen to no man. K. Michelle, you never thought she was dating that man. You tried to fake a beef and it flopped. So now you trying to backpedal. Don't try to blame it on, oh, the man told me y'all was still dating. I don't believe that man told you that at all. You found out that she ever dated somebody you dated, and you tried to turn it into a beef because you were trying to help Shamia. You was trying to show her you were such a good friend. You got played by one of the slowest women in the room and then tried to backpedal up at it. I say, And then Porsha either didn't hear her, you know, that she was trying to backpedal, or just kept talking over her because she wasn't going to let her backpedal. Either way, something went on, right? When they went to talking about the lesbianism and stuff, I would like to know, looking back, why did production zoom in on Porsha's face when Shamia was like, well, I kissed the girl one time, you know, even in a movie. Why y'all zoom in on Porsha's face? It's almost like production know Porsha knows something and they trying to see if her face gonna give it away or something. I noticed that in looking back, Drew tried to do that little fake proper talking and talk over K. Michelle when K. Michelle went to talking about all the proof about Black stealing money from B. Marie, Lala Milan, and from Claudia Gregory, which is the same woman that she stole money from. She really thought she could just talk over K. Michelle and wasn't nobody gonna hear what she said. But I heard it. Drew, that man stole that money. You know about it because one of the women he took money from, you took the money from her too, which is your sister Allison's sister-in-law, Claudia Gregory. But yeah, that happened to be 45 in the Standard. I can't believe that hit Kelly so hard that she went on Carlos King and embarrassed herself. You know, I don't know, Kashana, but y'all keep saying that on social media, and you might be on to something. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't touching that. They shouldn't have touched it. I also noticed in hindsight, when Drew Sidora told Kelly to go get her titties undone, Andy Cohen hollered. He was like, ha. I didn't realize that in the moment. Oh, I did catch the thing with Drew trying to talk over Kay. Okay, I thought I missed it, but thank you for letting me know I didn't miss that. Thank you. Andy Cohen hollered. What you hollering out loud for when Drew told that girl to get her titties undone, Andy? Is it something you want to say to Kelly about herself? You want to tell Kelly how you really feel about how she looked? Because why would you holler that loud when that girl said you need to get them undone, Andy? I didn't catch that in the beginning either. Okay. Now, on Peacock, on the reunion on Peacock, some of the stuff that got cut out was they kind of let Shamia explain why she said Happy Pride, and her saying you know, she wasn't being shady, and she tried to, you know, justify, well, you let Drew give you a piece of cake or whatever, and Porsha was like, all right, fine, I receive it. And because clearly Porsha was not trying to have no type of exchange with Shamia, like she wasn't interested in nothing Shamia had going on, so maybe that's why they cut that out. Then and you could tell during that exchange, Shamia was like way too happy to be talking to Porsha. Like, yeah, they didn't just ask me questions about my ops, it was about the whole cast, and I just said Happy Pride, like you're openly dating a woman, and it's like, girl, relax. She not finna give you that much energy. Like, you literally is dog food to this girl. She not finna give you no energy. Like, Porsha was like, yeah, all right, fine, I receive it. And literally, like, the face I made is the face that girl made, like, all right, fine, I receive it. Like, she didn't want to hear nothing coming out of her mouth at all. The way Porsha be calling Nene big sis and she little sis, she gave some real Nene leaks. You're not getting none of my time energy. It was kind of rough. So maybe that's why they cut that out. Then what the other thing they cut out was Andy asking about Sway's money. I'm like, so why do you feel like it's appropriate to be like, well, how did she get so rich? How she get the money? Because somehow or another they ended up on a conversation about what we saw on social media where Sway took Porsha whole family on the family vacation on the private jet. And so Porsha was like, yeah, she took 14 of my family members. It was 14 of us. And, you know, paid for everything, took us, you know, on our little trip. We had a great time. Blase squaze, boop, boop, boop. And so Andy was like, well, where does, you know, well, how did Sway get all her money? And I'm just like, that's rude as hell. So Porsha was like, well, she's, you know, does real estate and salon suites and coach other people on doing it, yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, Andy, you got a lot of nerve. Like, I don't watch the Clear shows. Does he do that to the Clear people? You know, like, let me interrogate you about your bread. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Honestly, who do you think you are? I thought that was rude and disgusting. He asked about Sway and Dennis and do they get along, or, you know, how's that going? And Porsha was like, Dennis be low-key disrespectful online and doing little slick stuff, and maybe they need to spend more time together, yada yada yada. But when she was talking about the money, she was just like, two boss bees got together. And I'm like, okay, I'll take that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then for the road, Cynthia confirmed that she's coming back, but it looks like she's still going to be in a friend role. She's like, she likes the spot that she's in. She feels like, you know, that's the sweet spot. I get to be there, be in the middle of all the action. And I didn't think so. I didn't think he did. I just thought that was disgusting. So because they're Black and they got money, they need to report to you how they have it. The same way white people have money. They have businesses, they invest, and they have money. It's almost like for Andy, if you're Black, if you're not a singer or an athlete, well, how do you have money? The same way your funky, stale, dirty, piss-colored white behind got money. I was so irritated with that. Like, you're disgusting. You're such a racist. Y'all know I can't stand Andy for nothing. I don't like him for nothing. Not for nothing. Unless somebody gonna use him as gator bait. I can't think of nothing I like Andy Cohen for. That really pissed me off. But yeah, Cynthia coming back. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looked like. That's pretty much what it looked like. Let me check and make sure ain't no new gossip came up, because I'm finna get off of here. Y'all, I'm having a hot flash that's so bad. I need one of Angela's fans. Real, real bad. I need to order one quickly, because I feel like I'm about to catch fire. Bad hot flash. Treacherous hot flash. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't see nothing else going down. So yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all. We done covered stuff and all like that. Anna, Cynthia talking like she's still finna be a friend of, and I think she likes it because she says she got a movie coming up. I think Cynthia making music, like Cynthia doing her thing right now. She in a spot where she want to be. So listen. You say everybody talking about Peter interview. I won't be talking about it unless he say something mighty interesting. But yeah, I'm finna go. You say the doctor gave you Paxil and it works wonders. I need to holler at somebody. Okay? But listen, y'all, it's been fun. Y'all were off the chain in this chat tonight, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Even the hot flash. Y'all got me through it like some real champs, but y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, on the way out, hit your notification bell. Make sure you click on so you will know every single time we go live on this good channel, okay? Subscribe if you ain't subscribed already, because you know we're happy to have you here and we want you to come back, okay? Join Discord if you get the opportunity. Please join Discord, because they know when I'm going live before anybody else, and some of the gossip goes in there, even if it don't come out here. I want to say a special thank you to Richard Wilson, who sent me a cash app to DT, to my boo, Kimberly Day, DT again, and my beautiful niece, Couture Bay. Make sure y'all are following her, okay? Now, also, if you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Now, also in that same description box, we got the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. Okay, make sure your little girl has one. If you cannot afford a copy, holler at me in Discord and I will see to it personally that you get one free of charge. Now, on top of that, in that description box, we got the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. And we got the link to our Amazon storefront and my wish list in case y'all want to send me some snacks or tea for my throat or pens so I can write these notes or any other doodads, doohickeys, thingamabobbers. I appreciate any and all support. Thank you again. Thank you to everybody who left a comment, everybody who sent a super chat, a sticker, a cash app, everybody who sent up bubbles, everybody who hit the like button. Put your like number in the chat. If you shared the video, if you just hung out with us and had a few laughs, thank you too. So listen, it's late night. It's time for y'all to go to bed. That's right, go to bed. But don't go to bed without praying. Make sure you have sweet dreams, say your prayers, have a wonderful night. When you get up tomorrow, remember to be positive and productive. Encourage the people around you. Don't forget to encourage yourself. Sometimes you got to pat your own self on the back, okay? And remember, in case nobody else says it to you, because they might not, but in case no one else says it to you, please remember, God loves you, I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay?